It's Friday. We're almost ready to go. Holla. Holla, holla. Holla. We them boys. I'm trying to get the chat to work. If you're wondering why I'm just staring into the screen like it's a void. Bob, what's good? Was I asleep? No. I feel like I can't function until the chat works. Kizar, nobody gets kicked out of the Discord for no reason. Just had enough of guys lying, man. Bro said swears fam, check the logs. I don't really want to though. So what now? I'm not obliged to serve the people. I just do it because I like to. But I don't really want to right now. I don't really feel like it. If you're gonna quit DBL, you don't need my advice, buddy. I'm not wasting my brain power on someone that's gonna quit the game. Yeah, I'm not doing no more viewer summons. Yeah, I live in the UK, bro. Ultra velocity, if people summon, they can do that. That's their business. But I'm not being the reason. Destructo disc. Or do I think it's 2 or 1 ultra units? I'm more naturally leaning to 1. But it wouldn't be surprised if it's 2. I wouldn't be surprised if there's 2. Haven't played against a single Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Are you lucky? You're probably like BR30, bro. Because how have you done that then? Yo, Zach, how am I doing? I'm doing pretty well, I'd say. Very well, in fact, actually. Have I seen or am I going to look at Garesh's tier list? I did see it scrolling on Twitter. I could react to it, to be honest. Just give me my money. Jamie, what was smart? Is the RPM good on Legends videos? That is a crazy pocket watch, my guy. I'm not going to lie to you. And that's not information I'm not gonna lie, YouTube's weird. It's weird because I don't feel like that's an appropriate question to ask if you want to get into YouTube, because you're clearly getting into it just for the money. So I don't really want to give you that information. But am I a serial gatekeeper? Not really. So what I'm going to tell you is I genuinely don't know my RPM. I don't pre it like that. Believe me or not, charge that to the game. Aziz, appreciate the €5 donation. What does it say? Hello, I just got back to DBL 2 weeks ago and I'm loving your vids. Keep up the good work. Much love from Tunisia. That sounds like a nice place to visit. I've heard of the country, obviously, but now I want to look it up. In North Africa. This place looks beautiful. Kind of like Assassin's Creed, though. As in, like, the architecture. As in, it's good, though. Did you even do... Quick question, did even Goresh do a vid about the Chance Time Bulldog? I don't know. I don't keep up with him like that. CK, what's good, bro? Do I think there'll be 2 unique gauges? I guess so. That's a very specific, like, prediction for me to make, but, like... In fact, I doubt it, but it's possible. Loza, that's not insane. If everything is about money for you and you don't know your RPM, then it's kind of insane. You're going against what you think, you know? Not everything's about money to me. If everything was about money to me, I would have rinsed Michelle on multiple occasions. But I just don't. Damn. Kevin, what's good, bro? Would you run Powerful Opponent team or Movies team? They're both as good as each other. It doesn't really matter which one you run. And they're very similar. I would probably use Powerful Opponent though, like based on my account. Which unit do you not like fighting the most in this current meta? Ultimate Rat Hand. Because I can't use ultimates to freely kill people. And I think that's the biggest inconvenience on the battlefield for me. It's not even that he's offensively like the piss take, which he is, but like it's just simply the fact that I can't use ultimates and blue cards to kill people the way I would want to. I feel so restricted when fighting him. What's my favorite unit to play with right now? Fusing Super Vegito. Fusing Super Vegito is so fun, bro. His results are probably the most consistent in the game, maybe. Like, I get consistent results when I use him. Go easy. The Zinobi guild is on hiatus. Nobody's trying. So the comparison wouldn't be a good example. Is there a chance we're getting Game Originals Ultra for Part 3 because Barku rerun and Ghibli? People are thinking that we're going to get People are thinking we're going to get a Ultra UI or Ultra MUI of some sort, because Sparking Zero, like, obviously hyped up. Sparking Zero hyped up their Ultra UI. I mean, not Ultra UI, sorry. Their Ultra Instinct Goku. And then on top of that, Dokkan got a UI. Wow. No way they release Ultra MUI quick. I don't think so either, but that's what people have been saying because of Sparking Zeros and Dokkan Battle. It makes a lot of sense following the hype around Ultra Instinct. It's a short animation. I didn't expect it to be a short animation. The stop for a green card makes Vegeta so predictable. How so? I sound kind of sleepy. I don't know what you expect from me. Like, genuinely. I'm trying to just pay attention, but I'm kind of playing with one hand. Anyways. I'm still getting cover now. That's nice. The blue card restored my gauge. I thought I could get a nasty PV there, but it's fine. Someone told me lock in, by the way, so that's why I put two hands on my phone. I didn't really want to, but whatever. Oh, this is why Vegito is the most fun unit for me. Like, he's just so much fun. He's just so much fun, bro. It's free play, like. Zay, I was literally just talking about that. I don't know what Ultra MUI could have that's different from all the MUIs we already have, or the Ultra Instincts that we have. We got the purple UI, he's got the base dodge. They kind of added something onto every single different one. So they dropped what? The purple one, he's got the regular dodge and the explosive green. They got the red one, who when he dodges, he's gonna hurt you every single time. Then we got the green one, who's just got the regular dodge as well. But instead of him just starting like that, he's a revival. And then we got Ultra UI, who can flip out of combos. MUI also wins every clash. Ultra UI draws every clash. I think the first 3. So what can they add to... They can mix MUI and Ultra UI's kit together to make... So if you strike him mid-combo and he has gauge, he's gonna hurt you. That's dumb. That's dumb. That's insane. Like, imagine you're doing a combo and you do a strike art, you take damage, then he has an explosive green on top. We don't need that, but the devs don't care what you need. They're gonna drop what it's gonna be lit. This is gonna be a hard game to win, by the way. Let me sit my ass down properly. Sitting like I'm trying to figure out the Kira case. Can dodge enemy attacks whilst using any arts card. That's a bit insane. There's a little lag this game. That was kind of lucky in my opinion. I'm gonna give you 10 seconds. 10 seconds to forfeit. You cannot best Zamasu. Cruz Scott, or is it Cruz Scott? What was I gonna ask you guys? Oh yeah, I was gonna ask, do you guys want to watch Garesh's tier list? Should we react to it? Or should I react to it? Or nah? 6 and he went by fast. Time goes fast, bro. You're just getting older. We reaching Unk status. Hey, everybody's Unk to somebody. BT, I kind of figured. I checked the logs and I saw that you was banned. I was like, oh, interesting. Oh, I forgot he counters even green cards. Oh, he locked it. Drop combo. I'm type neutral. Well, I don't know if that's gonna last. Now we good. Who do I think is going to be the Ultra? I'm dropping a video on it soon, but I want it to be G4. Heart of the Wicked. Oh, you're getting counted. So obvious. You forgot I'm using UV. Oh, you locked. Oh my god, man. It's UVB. Okay, you just wasted your ult. Can you use Rev UI on a team? I don't know if I want to do that. Oh, womp womp. You got me, womp womp. I'm not doing viewer summons anymore in Faded. Bro, the game's lagging so hard. I'm about to get soloed here when I don't deserve it. I'm trying to sidestep, trying to vanish, trying to move back. It's not working. You just won against a 6-star Goji turn Althan plus 7-star Baku with the team I'm using. This team isn't really optimal though. It's just a fun team. It does work, but like there's no protection on the team. If I get Rise and Rushed, I'm cooked. If I get blue carded, I'm cooked. If I get ulted, I'm cooked. It's Ultra Gohan, Ultra UI, and Zenkai Zamasu a good team? You're gonna have to put Ultra Gohan on the leader slot, then the rest is God Key, so it's okay. But your equipments might go left and right. As in, because it's not like one strict team, the equipments are not gonna mesh very well. It's Ultimate Gohan and FSZ. That's just Son Family. Of course it's a good team, brother. I need to find the tier list for, since we're going to react to it. How long is it? Somebody's watched it. How long is Garesh's tier list? I know that's going to be a long video. He be making tier lists reach an hour. I don't know how that's possible. $50 minutes. Flipping heck, man. I be doing a tier list and the recording's 30 minutes and I be getting tired. Destroyed my strike. Ultra prediction vid. I might drop it. End of this week, Sunday. I'm not doing viewer summons because I'm not influencing summons. I already said that multiple times. No more viewer summons. If you want to summon, that's your new. The timing of him pressing a strike hearts to me. Lana, man, I already said it's a good team. Lana. Darling, darling, darling. Ah, you are my darling. How do I think Super Saiyan God Goku is? He's okay, he's usable, he's gonna get you places. He's kind of needed on God Key, but that's about it. But I don't know why you'd want to run God Key over like Son Family and Saiyans and things like that, where you can just have a better team without him. How scary. Don't know if you saw, but he dashed up just to glide to the left because he thought I'd attack. Are the odds of Ultra 4Q higher than anybody else? No, I think he has equal odds as G4. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Goku definitely have the same odds. Almost canon. think I'm gonna try get to like BR60, and then we can hit the reaction. How did that sound? How long would that be? We're already 38 minutes, damn. Do I rank Gogeta higher than Frieza? Hell no. Golden Frieza fire. He's so good. I'm not pulling out the suit for the Annie. The only way I bring out the suit again is if there's speculations for a new Vegito Blue. But at this rate, that's unlikely. Next Annie though, trust. Next Annie fusing VB and fusing Super Gogeta instead of Super Vegito and Gogeta Blue. They're gonna reverse the Annie. Thoughts on Lineage of Evil? It's not the best team because there's really only one real good unit on that team. So yeah, it's just Golden Frieza being juiced up that carries the team. But then if you talk about Frieza Force, I'd say it's a good team. Frieza Force where it's at. Because you got Nappa and Vegeta on that team, and then you can still juice. Fusing VB and MZ would be better. It just wouldn't though. It's not going to be more hype anyways. I can see how it makes more sense though. Vegeto's a monster, man. Do I have blue card here? Best choice. Unless he rushes me. Oh, he got his vanish back. I wasn't paying attention. In fact, Gold Tank's fusing Gogeta and fusing Vegito a good team. It is, but like obviously Gold Tanks is holding up your team back. Four cards. Yikes. Gogeta Synchro Gauge takes so long to fill, it feels forced. Bro, you have to work harder. Best team in the game right now. Sun Family. Any variation of Hybrid Saiyans or Sun Family. You can run Ultra Gohan, Ultimate Gohan, and Vegito, and that team is so insane. You're just being fed. Imagine every single Ultra returns at the same time plus the new one. I mean, that'd be pretty good, because if the new one's trash, people can just summon on Ultra Gohan. You can replace Vegito with Beast Gohan, the red one, and Gogeta. Those are good options in my opinion. Bro, I need to eat something, bro. Fighting sugary. I'm feeling fatigued. So many people asking about teams today. Is running Godoku the new SP Beerus and UGF good? No, that team is random as hell. M with the 79 pence donation. Appreciate you, bro. There's not a confirmed date for the Ultra. No way he caught that. A-star UUI or 6-star Fusion Gogeta? I personally like using UUI more, but Gogeta might do more damage because he's boosted. So because of how close the stars are, go based on preference. Well, I'm tired. I wasn't tired like 10 minutes ago though. It might be because it's hot in my room. Let me open my window. In school, the teachers would open the windows in winter so that you don't fall asleep. Kind of messed up. How many copies of 4Q would I get if he was to drop? Come on, man. Give me a break. 2 darks. Yeah, well, I'm crazy. No dozing off. I think my Gogeta is 5 stars. I forgot he has that. The code at 8 AM in school is not gonna help you sleep better, my guy. You are cooked. Vegito tanks that. Good play. I want to use Vegito. I want to use Vegito. That's the only reason I switched to. Go, Vegito, go! What happened to 14-star Gogeta? I never planned on 14 starring him, but I said I'm gonna 14 star him. It's a process. Is his banner still here? I got 18 days, chill. I got 18 days. Take it easy. Careless noob, what's good, bro? Bro, ultimate go on defenses are so bad. TOP always ends on Tuesday night. We don't know when the Ultra's coming out, but you can assume in 2 weeks. Waiting for the devs to release Ultra Margin Vegeta, so I can just get one copy of it, then go back in on Gogeta or something. Pamani, I was gonna make a new tier list, but it wasn't gonna be a specific. I was thinking like other tier lists we could make. It doesn't need to be a meta tier list or a top 10 list. There's a lot of other tier lists we can make. We need to do a legendary finish tier list, to be honest. Since now we're not gonna be getting any LF units in the Annie, I presume. You know? Hey guys, I'm pretty much brand new to the game. Played a bit in 2019, but I'm wondering if anyone can give me some advice on what team to build and what to summon on. Thanks. Advisory to save right now. But we're gonna be getting a big character soon, so spending is like not in your favor. But a team, Son family. I didn't commit. I don't know if I'm getting destroyed or this guy's just making the best decision every time, or I'm getting unlucky. Either way, I need to lock in. Son family is a safe team, Divine. Like, it literally has everything you could want on it. Glad he rushed me. Alright, cool. I've got Vegito left. His health is pretty low. I've been making most of the aggressions this game and I've been suffering because of it. How am I going to make this comeback? Kanan, I don't know. I don't know how many Chrono Crystals you have. I don't know what you have and haven't done. So whatever you can get is good enough, man. I'm trying to lock in. Oh, I forgot to sidestep. Oh, I should have just stayed quiet. I completely forgot to sidestep. I just forgot. It was such a good play as well. I just forgot to sidestep. Yeah, I sold hard. I ain't gonna lie. Alexius, take care, bro. See, I can't lie. I got scammed. Used to be 3 for £1. Now it's 2 for £1. I said, oh man. But I'm gonna take that price because I actually wanted some bus sweets. Been a while. Whitey, hide playbox, please. Back for daily quote. Quote today. Today's quote is shoot for the heavens, because even if you miss, you still might reach the stars. Yeah. Oh crap, I accidentally pressed red Vegito. Breezy with the 199. Bus sweets used to be 39p. What went wrong? The economy got cooked. I'm neither Goku nor Vegeta. I'm the one that's gonna take you down. I'm the one that's gonna take you down. I'm the one that's gonna take you down. Shardul, the unit's a scrub anyways. Wouldn't impact my result. CMZ just 3-carded Vegito. Is 9-star and 14-star a big difference? Yeah. Yeah, it is. I'm gonna switch team after this game. XR Scott, what's up? Every force you create has an echo. Your own bad energy will be your undoing. I don't know how I feel about that quote. Ooh. Bam, bam, bam. Oh my god, we're having it. Oh my god. On the internet, there's so many bored people. It's actually insane that they have a lot of time on their hands. I've gone 6-star and Vegeta 8-star. Don't want the others. Should I focus on higher stars or go for part 3 Ultra? Wait until the latest day. Go check my second recent upload about stop summoning right now. I forgot to switch teams. Oh yeah, my bad. Mahad, what's up? These fakes are absurd, man. Do you know what it means? Yeah, that means somebody sat there for about like maybe 30 minutes, maybe an hour, made a lot of burner accounts and said, oh, I can't wait until Zakashi goes live. I'm gonna use all of them. I'm gonna use all my fake accounts and just write the same message every time, and hopefully I get his attention. My input didn't register. I pressed the wrong card, and if Gohan is so good, he won't fall off trust, especially due to his new equips. Are you talking about Ultimate Gohan? He's offensively good, yeah, but his defenses are bad. When he comes off the boost, he's going to be a glass cannon. And the cannon part is going to be debatable. He doesn't have any good Zenkai buffs as well. Or at least not a lot. I thought I was gonna rush, but I changed my mind. Wonder if that's enough. Ultra in two to 3 weeks. Did not pick me. Timing of that was diabolical. Thought he would have gave up. Yeah, this cold, I'm not gonna lie, it switched up my mood. Black foil, GG's, bro. Oh, I need to change teams. Let me try and make a new team from scratch, because I kind of just made this team on a whim. It wasn't meant to be a team I was meant to be using seriously. Oh, this team. I've got Goji at 5 stars now. I was working on him. Kit Kat, what's good, bro? New profile picture. I'm neither Goku nor Vegeta. react to Dragon Ball edits. My ass is not doing that. I see enough edits every single day. Kit Kat, I'm not a Rose fan. Don't hate him, but he didn't like move me. He's cool as hell though. Well, to be honest, everybody in Dragon Ball moves me. But like comparatively, if that's a word. Raw. Gogeta. I'm neither Goku nor Vegeta. That line is too good, man. Viking edits, you're back to life. They brought you back, bruh. I'm the one that's gonna... Oh, he took my key. Womp womp. Not gonna lie, that was smart. I'm not gonna lie, whoever came as Shardu is a genius. That one I can respect. That one I respect the hustle. I respect the hustle on that one. That one was genius, bro. That one was genius. I ain't gonna lie, gang. I'm not gonna lie, gang. I gotta, you know, I gotta clap it up for that one. That one was good finesse. That one was finesse at the highest degree. They tried to copy him and say, huh? What went wrong? Nah. Hustle. Hustle. That's what we call hustle, bro. The other ones were just stupid. You're wasting your time. But the Shardu one, dub. I can say that's a W, bro. I can say that. They're gonna say Christian's next. Someone's gonna come into the stream like, use Super Gauge 2. You're gonna see Mr. Sito with no mod. Use Super Gauge 2. Nah. Hey, that's gonna be killing. You're killing. You're killing. When it comes to Ultra, 2 to 3 weeks. That wasn't that nice. I don't even know what that was. Sendo-san. When do you think about Zenkai Green transforming Goku Black? Not happening. Because he'll be top 5 in the game. If they give him Covenant and more draw speed, he could be top 5 in the game. He's gonna be like a good Evocan, but for future. This is a 14-star ultimate right hand. Got your dumb ass, boy. Bring your ass here, boy. I swiped! Oh my god, I swiped twice as well. Whoever the Christian copy jammed on the profile picture, it wasn't accurate. Jun? Ha! Anti-blast card, I couldn't get through that. Unless I had a blue card. Good play. Got rid of my goat. Whatever. The best card to press here is the green card. Rising rushing is too risky. Look at that damage. $14-star Vegito versus 14-star Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Let's see who's the real killer. Whoa. Okay. Oh, it ran out. I was gonna full screen rush, but it could have been embarrassing if it didn't go through. What do I do here? That's good. Oh, I shouldn't have rushed. Whoa. I almost fell off my chair. Can you make a video where you sell games video? Why that idea kind of hard, folk? Twin, why that idea kind of hard, twin? Twin! gotta stop being aggressive. Oh, that brother floating in the air. Pew, 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 dee, doo, doo, pew. Stand proud. You were strong. Ooh, almost didn't have enough key. Run that. I dealt with his counters, so he's cooked. Where the Ultra Merzamasi cult coming from? Because we didn't get nothing out of those future buffs. Wouldn't say it's a cult, really. Societe, what's good? Did you see my reaction? Because I know you wasn't in the stream. Aid. Is that G4? Nah, the damage. So she'd say I have to check comments. Sometimes they come through on the phone, but I can't choose which ones do and don't. It's always random. How am I doing this fine day? Is it really a fine day? It is. I'd like to think I'm doing well. One green card G4's dead. Let's blue card first because I'm greedy. Mid-range rush is crazy. Did I see the presidential debate? No. Well, I saw memes about it. But like, I'm British. So I felt no sense of urgency to tap into that. Someone was saying, I saw a meme and it's like, Biden is like an iPhone 5C running in 2024. I was dying, bro. But I didn't watch any videos. Alright, a couple more games and we're free. Then we gonna hit the Goresh reaction to save you guys from the Soul Society. Christian, they know how much aura you got, bruh. You single-handedly... Christian, I'm not gonna lie. Christian, I'm not gonna lie, yeah. No glaze. But you single-handedly changed the whole chat's perspective or, like, perception of Super Gauge 2. You single-handedly queued me and showed that he's actually decent. How's he done that? When am I running it back? It's not a run back. If I queue and we playing it, that's RNG up to the heavens. CMZ is so good, bro. Every strike is like a nuclear weapon. I need to drop my Super Baby Glaze video. Oh my god. You said pause. What did I say? That's a pause, bro. Nah, speaking of the Biden thing, look what popped up on Twitter right now. Chat, am I cooked? That's insane. This team I'm using is kind of fun, you know. CMZ fusing GB and fusing SB on fusions. It's obviously fake, it's edited, but like... I wanted to take out his counter, by the way. It wasn't a mistake. Bro, this guy's throwing hands. Something people don't talk about on Vegito's green. It reduces your ki. Somebody's dead. Doesn't matter who. Be gone with the thunderclap. Vegito might live actually. Oh, never mind. Mr. Take That Risk. Ops going live like we won't take that trip. Like a walker that stay like a witch. Oh, CMZ, you lived your usage. Doesn't it take a card as well? Is that Gojitas? Don't know about the card, but the way he just took the key there was mad annoying. It takes your enemy's key. Should I rush him? How are we feeling today, chat? I'm feeling kind of rushy. You're gonna have to take that, bro. Womp womp. Rush for the funsies. Rushing is so fun with Vegito. It just gives it a whole new flair. Toshite, take care, bro. Like 4 more games, then we gonna hit this reaction. Why you use future PO equip on CMZ instead of future red? What do you mean? I'm using this for special move and ultimate damage. Then I'm using his plat. Then I'm using the fusion warrior one. Would I, did you mean? Do you know what's wrong with the server yesterday? I don't know, but supposedly the Dino bot is like muting people. So I kind of need to check out like its permissions to maybe stop it from muting people by itself. Baited him so hard. For region, I'm waiting for it to be tomorrow so I can grind Zenny, given that it's gonna be the it's still the Bonanza, but it's Legends weekend. This guy's kind of destroying me. Like, everything's going his way. Is he the honored one? We'll go find out. I wasn't looking for a second. My gauge is about to fill. Let's go. Gogeta kind of cooking since I filled his gauge. Five-star Gogeta. I can't wait to get this guy higher starred, man. So I can make him look as good as Vegito, kind of. Not even killing, gang. Gogeta impact resistance. We are the resistance. You cannot take me out. Oh, he did. On everything I thought I'd lived that. It's not his fault. As in, it's not Gogeta's fault that he didn't live. This guy's reactions are always the same. Next time I'm going to sidestep straight away and do it into a strike because I can't time him correctly. If I get her next time. Long range blue diabolical, I'm not gonna lie. If I get it next time. I'd be forgetting people can also long range blue. I feel like I'm the only one with that tech. But I'm really not. Broken what sale? See, no worries, bro. Have I asked boost to Gogeta? He's still a fusion warrior. I don't hate him, bro. What ultra coming? We don't know. I got G4. Kit Kat, yeah. It's best shown on Ultra UI in my opinion. This guy jammed so hard. The special anniversary pack. Oh, I would only buy it if you can get 2 of them. If you can't afford 2 of them, don't buy it. CMZ not having blast armor is like so strange. Look at the damage here. Look at the damage here. Alright, that's 1 strike. To half health in 2. Almost dead in 3. And then Vegito finishes it in 4. It might take me longer than I expected just to go up 2 ranks. This drink with bits in it is so nice. It's like a treat. Then every time I put it down, I want to drink more. It's aloe. I should just show you. Camera locked in real quick. Oh, he cover changed it. He should bring in Ultimate Gohan right now. Or he fumbled. If I do enough damage, Ultimate Gohan's dead. Kit Kat, what's good, bro? vision, not that I know. 2 more games, then we're gonna hit this reaction, assuming I win both games. Oh. Is the fusion equip worth using? From the gameplay, what do you think? The first slot isn't the best, but you need pure if you're running fusion, so you kind of need it. You don't really get a choice. But if your fusion warrior team, which is impossible, could be all Son family as well, then you could use that. But there's not 3 synchro Goku and Vegeta fusion warriors. Use the Pycon equip. The critical's actually been coming in handy, to be honest. Low key, I should use the Pycon equip though. Full heat sidestep. Is that Pan? That's the last person I want to see. Let's go, CNZ. Let's go. Endurance gone. I had no cover, no. Glad I switched. Too greedy. How greedy with that green card? I saw him floating backwards, but I went for it early. Why did I synchro? I should use the blue. Oh my god, I tried to rush it, but now here comes Gohan. Who do I sack? CMZ? Appreciate that. The cover no ran out already. He's gonna remove my vanish. It's gonna be so disgusting. I'm waiting on it. full screen. Fair game. I'm not making the right choices here. I'm not making the right choices here, man. I'm not. I know I'm not. PV, it's over. I'm not making the right choices, bro. I was in such a winning position. Then ultimate goal and I kept letting him pressure me, and that's where I took the L. Selling.com. Now that I'm closer to BR60 though, I am playing better opponents, but that's just the game. I'm watching LeBron shoot threes right now, yeah, some Twitter clip. And it's actually insane how many like swishes he can get so easily with the exact precise form. Alright, this game's a dub. Surprised, actually. How does he still have cards? I spoke too soon. Killing somebody is better than killing nobody. Charge it to the game. Three blasts is absurd. Almost didn't kill him. Glad he decided to do a blue card. Bro, the synchro for this unit is so long. Feels like I'm working overtime. Gojira has to go. I don't know if that's the best decision, but I'm taking it. Probably should have left CMZ to go, but I think he's going to be useful. CMZ eats that low key. Let's move. The card came in too late. The blast card. If it came in a second earlier, I would have took out his endurance. Let me get out his gauge. He has no more counters now. That's fine. What did... Why even running Goji if you're not willing to get a synchro? It's not that I'm not willing, it's that the running Vegeta and Gogeta isn't efficient, because getting both their synchros isn't efficient. It's hard to explain. It's not hard to explain. It's more so that if you have both or use both, you'll understand that tag switching both of them, you prioritize usually one or the other. And I'm always going to prioritize Vegito because the rush clears Gogeta's whole kit. So by the time I transform with Vegito, unless I have a perfect game, even if I did have a perfect game, I wouldn't even need to run Gogeta, if we're being real. But let's say I don't have a perfect game. Gogeta also dies faster on my team because he's lower starred. The green cards would only go one way. It's hard to make the green cards go both ways. And Gogeta's green card doesn't make his synchro go all the way 100%. I mean, the tag switch go all the way 100% for the synchro to fill when you tag switch. It's literally just Gogeta. It's not the fact that I'm not willing to get his synchro. It's just Gogeta. Even if I ran him by himself, it would still take long. It would be faster, but it would take longer. If stars on your fusing LFs were reversed, would you aim to fill Gogeta's faster? No, because the rising rush is what's gonna win me the game. Why would I, like, Gogeta would probably do more damage, yes, but Gogeta's not gonna do more damage than the rising rush. Let's be honest. I need my rising rush to kill. Vegito is going to do more damage because Gogeta's strike arts are not doing more damage than the rising rush. $509. That is nasty work. $590, sorry. Luffy, how have I been? I've been good, man. Been vibing. If you lose 2 in a row, they give you a bot. What about you, Luffy? Is Hybrid saying a good tag to main as a free-to-play? Yes. Full screening cell, Zach. Come on, man. Oh, I was looking up and I sidestepped. Don't know why people don't cover change if they know the unit's gonna die anyways. Is it still okay to run Red Beast, Pan, and Ultra UI? It would work, but you might take more damage than you're happy to. You have to be really slick with Ultra UI. I pressed the main ability and I barely had enough to do my ult. What the hell? Margin boost, bro. This evil guy is too nuts with the disrupt. I might not kill him if the thing doesn't go through. The way he's tanking right now is looking insane. Shillab, you just got Gohan. Congrats, bro. His disrupt is insane, especially if he's 14 star. I know he removes buffs. Oh, it's a Zenkai 6. I didn't know he was Zenkai 6. If I win this game, it's my last game, then we're gonna hit the reaction. I'm kinda, oh crap. I'm trying to kick back. This is a dumb video. Oh, this is gonna be an annoying game. I just sidestepped into a blue card. His team is just rotating and tanking all the hits, man. The sub counts is so low for every single switch. I'm just trying my best, man. Healed again. Nasty rush, but Ultimate Gohan's gonna be a pain to deal with. I need to get this done and over with. Like, I don't think I've seen anyone luckier than me this anime, because I cleared all the new units for 3 banners in only 20k. There's 4 banners though. Yeah, a lot of people got all the unit stuff. I was like, what the hell? Appreciate it. I needed that win, I'm not gonna lie. Mid-range blast. Okay. Okay. Yeah, got all they can. Yeah, I gave my whole in advance. Love is just not in my plan. Not even taking a chance. Studio right in my yard. I'm doing 10 in a week. How long have I been on the streets? Dream about work in my sleep. Yeah. Oh, I have an LL summon. Get the raid CC. I ain't even played raid today. Hope I get tag droids. This might be Ultimate Gohan. This might be Ultimate Gohan. Just summoned on the Ultimate Gohan banner. Rainbow text on the Ultimate Gohan banner. Yo, this might be my bro. I'm not gonna lie. No Broly though. I was lying. This is not the Ultimate Gohan banner. Somebody was in their room doing something and looked up like, huh? Zach summoning on the Ultimate Gohan banner. Someone said, huh? I got at least one person. Alright, It's a go rush reaction now. That's how we're gonna close out the stream. That's how we're gonna close out the stream. The last hour, 50 minutes long. Yeah, vibe out. I'm not gonna lie, vibe out. Let's vibe out. Let's vibe out on the highest level. Let's vibe out, bro. I'm even disconnecting my phone. We're done with Legends completely. I'll put the chat on like this, but like, so you guys can have your say. But I got an intro like this. Let me do this intro. Couple guys asked me to, but there's obviously benefits of doing so. And we don't have anything else to do. Okay, my name's Zakashi, guys, and in this video here, a lot of people have been asking me to react to this, so I'm going to. We've got Goresh's tier list. You've seen the thumbnail, you've seen the title. Last time, it was quite controversial. This time, let's take a look at it. So this is the tier list here. It says places within tiers aren't ordered. So instead of doing, it is a top 10 because look at the title and the thumbnail. But like he didn't just do 1, 2, 3. So any of these guys could be number 1. Any of these guys could be 4th, 5th, and 6th. Any of these guys could be 7th, 8th, and 9th. Any of these guys could be 10th, 11th, 12th. And then any of these guys could be 13, 14, 15. So he's done 1, 2, 5 tiers into 3s. Only things that really stand out to me is that you'd think Gogeta goes slightly up with an insane purple coming out of the game, but he went down. You know, before he was like 5th, now he's between, he could be 7, 8, or 9, you know. And Kid Buu, I don't think he gets key on entry. He does have endurance though, so maybe that saves him. He's pretty much the same as God Goku in my opinion. But those are just my initial thoughts. I need to hear his basis and everything like that. I'm kind of just making assumptions before we actually get deep into the video. So yeah, let's get into watching this, man. Alright, let's press this link. Should I read the comments or no? Oh, I gotta turn on that ad block. Shop the latest games and up. You want me to look at the comments beforehand or after? I know the vid is mad long. You think we didn't discuss this prior, bro? Come on, brother.
Hey guys, so today we're gonna be...
I don't know how he makes a tier list 50 minutes though. Like, I need to download that tech. I might have to start doing that. Before. Alright, so the chat was suggesting that I should read some of the comments before, because that's what we did last time. So let's look at these comments. Let me even zoom in, right? So it says here, I would have never guessed Gohan would be at the top. I am happy the Zenkais have been really good this Annie. I missed using Zamasu and Broly. I mean, I guess, you know, it's Gohan. I feel for God Goku fans, he's good, but good doesn't really matter when squared up against Gohan. I can kind of agree with that. It's nothing ridiculous. Gohan might be Z rank. I can be wrong though. Son family, Son family, Son family, Son family, and some more Son family. Love how much variety there is in the game. There is a lot of variety in the game. Just Son family is just the best team. There's so much variety in the game. This is like a cult comment. Even by seeing his name, LOE Emperor, like, come on, bro. That is legends ingrained. Not even like Freezer. And even as a Cell PFP, you know he's just praying for PO to go up. But you can use them. Smart idea to do the tier list. We unironically in a diverse meta right now. So many units, including the recent 11 Zenkai. I think he's talking about the format of the tier list. He decided to do tier list. Like, I've been doing this as well. It's a really good method to actually give people a better idea of how the meta looks, because a simple top 10 doesn't give you the full picture. You have to assume context and whatnot. So I'm glad Goresh has actually decided to do that. Like, I've been doing it for a minute, and it's very effective to get a better picture, especially when you have like the tiers so separated, even just not Z to, like, you know what I mean? Common fusing Super Vegito W. I bet he's getting cooked. For real, the superior fusion due to basic statements. Okay, nobody was cooking him. That's cool. And then Gohan Legend. Let's go. All right, cool. Mostly cool. It's mostly cool. Let's get into the video, man. I gotta turn off this OST. Oh, I'm gonna lay back and vibe.
Hey guys, so today we're going to be
Oh crap, I forgot to press record.
Hey guys, so today we're going to be jumping into another top 10 video, quote unquote top 10 video. The thumbnail says top 10 on it. The title might have top 10 in it, but this is really going to be more so of a tier list video as opposed to a top 10 video. If you guys have watched my prior top 10 videos, you'll see this is definitely going to be very different from those. I was initially going to do this.
Is he using a Zelda OST?
As a normal top 10 video.
That's cold.
And I sat down to try and think about how
this
I wanted
OST
to
is
structure
tough.
the rankings, and I think
it's in Ocarina of Time. I think this one's cold
for the current state of the game. I think if I were to do a normal top 10 list right now, there would be too many shared spots to where it doesn't really make sense to even try and rank the characters with each other. Like I could do it, but I don't think it would have very much substance to it, because I would say, oh well, top slots
my tier list had a lot of
10 through
shared
7
spots.
are shared, and 6 through 4 are shared, and 3 through 1 are shared. Like, it doesn't make much sense to do it that way. So I think for this specific iteration, we're going to be doing a tier list instead. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and grabbed all the characters that I will be using for this video and put them into this pool, I guess, area down below here. And we're going to pick from these, I believe there's 15 in total, 15 characters here. So we'll use these 15 characters, and
he
I'll
already
put them
knows
into
who
the
he's gonna
individual
have,
tiers up here.
and he probably made
the
the tier list
tiers
already,
will
but he's
not
gonna
be
explain
ordered.
it.
So for example, if I have like Pikkon Gogeta here, and then I have Zamasu here, and then I have like Gohan here, this does not mean Gogeta and Pikkon are better than these other characters. I'm just going to have them in the same tier, and for the most part, they'll be interchangeable within those tiers. So that's the way I'm going to be structuring this video. Although the same, like, you know, typical ways of measuring character performance is I'm going to use that for this one. So every character at 14 stars, best equips, best teams. In terms of the actual rankings themselves, this is based off of their position and value in the current meta, not specifically how good they are individually. Everything that I'm going to be talking about in this video is based off of my own experience, either fighting against the characters or using the characters. And then I'm probably going to add this additional point moving forward for all these tier lists, or tier list / top 10 videos, because it seems like the rating match proud system is going to be a permanent addition to PvP, but these tier lists / top 10 videos will all be based on standard rating match rules, not proud rules. So just keep in mind, moving forward, that's what this is going to be.
The premise he's using is very important.
I think we'll start, and we'll probably section this video off by tiers. So we're going to have C tier, B tier, A tier, S tier, and Z tier. I don't really like these names, like the classifications of these tiers. Like, Z is the best, Z is fine, but like when you see Z tier and when you think about like C tier, like C tier sounds terrible. Like, it's like if you have like Kid Buu in Z tier and then you have like Super 17 in C tier, like it sounds like Super 17 is like terrible compared to Kid Buu, but like I actually think the characters in C tier are not bad. Like, they're still in the top 15 of the game. So I'm not really a huge fan of these like classifications, like it
The
would
OST
be like amazing,
is so nice, bro. I'm not
excellent,
focused.
very good, great, and like good. Like I don't know, like every character on this list is very good. That's the way it is. So we'll go ahead and start. We'll move into the C tier here, and I'll take the characters that I think belong in C tier and talk about each of them individually. All right, so the first character I'm going to move into C tier is going to be LF Zenkai Full Power Broly. I think this character is pretty good. He's very snowbally. He's always been that way. Even when he first released, when he was a top 3 character in the game, he was very snowbally. The only problem now is he's snowbally, but there's extra conditions on top of him being snowbally. He kind of reminds me a little bit of LF Namek Goku, if I could find him, this one right here, the one that got his unique equipment prior to the anniversary. He's snowbally, but he has a lot of conditions on being snowbally. He doesn't get card draw speed unless the enemy switches or you use a green card or whatever the conditions are. He gets vanish back when the enemy switches.
It's so crap, man.
Doesn't have a great cover null condition. It's only on his main ability. So there are a lot of things for an offensive character like this that you would want to see that he just does not have access to a lot of the time. And for that reason, I have him in C tier. If you do get snowballing with him and you do get rolling with him and the enemy's switching and you're drawing green cards and you're attacking a lot and you're getting
it's
feints
very
with
large,
him, because that's a big portion of this character as well as blue card is feint. He can start to creep up and look very, very powerful. Like he could easily look on par with characters in Z tier. I mean, it's just he can get to that level, but it is very inconsistent and tough to get to that point. So he'll be in C tier here. He has a lot of access to Zenkai abilities, which is pretty good. He's actually a really, really strong bench character. I'm not really factoring that into his position on this list, but he's a pretty good Zenkai. I don't really think they did anything too underwhelming with him. They didn't do anything too overwhelming. I think they were very cautious with this character, and the reason why is because he already had access to 2 extremely powerful equips. They probably didn't want to push him over the edge by giving him too many things there. But Broly's going to be here at C tier. The next character I'm going to put into C tier is going to be Spirit Bomb GT Goku. I think this character has definitely lost a bit of value with the release of the Part 2 characters. Obviously, God Goku being green makes it a bit tougher to use this guy. And then even more so, I would even say than God Goku, is just the fact that Ultimate Gohan is going to utterly destroy this character.
Yeah.
His blue card is going to
he's either good or he's not
care about
there's
his
no
endurance.
in between.
And I just don't think we're getting to the point now, even how many
no
months,
key on
it's been
entry.
5 months
Facts.
since the Spirit Bomb Goku came out. We're now getting to the point where we're seeing the level of offensive power to where this guy really can't hang in there anymore. I mean, I've had this guy at 14 stars since he came out. I have put him on defensive setups on GT with multiple Zenkai buffs, a lot of HP equips, a lot of defense equips, HP Z abilities on the bench, stuff like that. And he really has been a pretty good defensive character throughout this point. But yeah, with the Part 2 characters, I mean, again, Ultimate Gohan just doing as much damage as he does, especially him paired up with Ultra Gohan on the hybrid setup where you just have so much power. It's really tough to get a lot of value out of this guy right now. So I'm going to put him in C tier. With that being said, he can still be a really good character on the GT setup. I think he works very well with Super Baby 2. Works really well with Super 17. Remember, they both have the sub-count manipulation.
The basis being at
like
14
an ultimate
stars.
or a Rising Rush. So it could be pretty good there. And of course, he is a Sun Family and a Saiyan character, so you don't necessarily need to run him on GT.
That's all I can say about it.
For other teams as well, which Sun Family is always going to be the team. I mean, we've got to accept the fact that Sun Family is always going to be like a top 3 team ever. Like it's never.
That's not true, because there was periods where Sun Family was not cooking. Specifically last year in the anniversary, Sun Family was not a top tier team at all. But when they do buff Sun Family, the game goes that way very harshly.
Never going to fall from that spot because they can't stop releasing Gokus and Gohans. Like that's essentially like that's the Dragon Ball Legends code of honor. They must. They are going to always release Gohans and Gokus,
but like
so
it wasn't.
There's always going to be a Sun Family team, and him being a pretty decent, like sort of like third good option for the team, I think is pretty good for him. Again, he can be pretty good in terms of a sniper. When the enemy has two characters left, you can lock in and use a type neutral ult to try and kill somebody. He removes Vanish with his main ability as the last man, or when the opponent has only one character left. And he actually can do some pretty decent damage if you have a decent setup for him and he has this full gauge built up and stuff like that. So overall, not a bad character. He's just kind of like a third option for a lot of the teams you're going to be using, but a pretty decent third option there. The third character we're going to talk about is going to be PyCon slash
Would you guys
Gogeta
think
for
that
C
Bomb
tier.
Crew is better than Broly?
Again, this character, I kind of
obviously he's
talked
just
about
saying
everything I needed to
interchangeable
say
for the
about
whole
this guy in the
C tier,
prior
but-
tier list. Nothing really much else to say about him if you guys watched that list, but the Fusion Warrior team obviously has gained a lot of value from the beginning of this anniversary. I would say that with the release of Part 2, though, this guy definitely loses a ton of value on Fusion Warriors. You almost never see, at least in my experience when I was playing throughout the entirety of God Rank last season, which is post these characters.
I saw
releasing, the Part
PyCon
2
like
characters
4
releasing.
times within 2 weeks.
I think I maybe fought like one PyCon. I think I maybe fought like one person using pure Fusion Warriors, and if they were using pure Fusion Warriors, it was with Fusion Zamasu over PyCon, right? It's just very, very tough to have PyCon with a ton of, like, have him realize a ton of value on the Fusion Warrior team right now because of the fact that this guy is in, like, I would say 70% of the matches you're fighting in God Rank. Like, this guy is on, like, essentially every single team
God
you're
Rank,
fighting
you are not
against.
seeing PyCon, man.
So yeah, it's
That guy is
tough for him to
fried.
get value. Again, I mentioned this
It's
in the
so
last
sad.
video I did, but it's just going to be, as we get stronger characters, it's going to be harder and harder and harder to get his unique gauge built up. He's not going to be able to get the team heal off. He's not going to be able to get the support off. He will still have his revival, but guess who else is very popular right now? This guy. Now, again, it is definitely worth mentioning that, you know, even if a character has a revival, they are going to get technically punished by Super Vegeta's Rising Rush, but at least they're living. So that does have, you know, there is merit in at least talking about that, but it just
Not
feels
that big
a
of a
lot
merit.
tougher to use
I'll be real.
PyCon Gogeta
It's tragic.
after the release of Gohan in Part 2. So I'm going to put him down on the list. I've seen a huge drop off on him in terms of usage. And yeah, I don't really feel like he has that great of an
Kit Kat, take
impact
care.
on the game right now. But if you have the right setup for him on Fusion Warriors, even with all those points being said that I just talked about, he still can be a pretty effective like third character. He's just kind of there.
He can
to
be,
fill
but
the
he's not
third
on the
spot.
first. He's not on the
Again,
first
you can
rotation.
use Fusion Zamasu. Do I really think that's like a great
CMZ
choice?
is
No,
definitely
because you always want to
better.
have that Rising Rush,
Than PyCon.
you know, like Rising Rush survivability option on your team. And if you're running the team of Fusion Zamasu and then
It's
both using
riskier, of
characters
course.
together, it's kind of like, well,
But like,
you don't really have a way to defend
the
against the
offensive
Rising Rush at all.
capability is
So
nuts.
it is kind of nice to have PyCon on there as the third character because he does round out the team fairly well. But in this specific environment, it's tough to find a ton of use for him. So I'm going to put him in C tier. This is a pretty big drop off from the prior list. I think he was like number 9/10 on the list next to Spirit Bomb Goku. So there has been a pretty big shift here, I think, for these characters. But anyway, that's going to be the C tier characters, those three characters. Let's move on to B tier. Okay, so moving into
There's
B
gonna be
tier,
a
the first
bunch
character
of
I'm going to pick up
explanation
for B
once he
tier
gets
is
to
going
the
to be God
S tiers.
Goku. I think this is probably going to be like if you're somebody opening this video, this is
Another
probably going to be the character you want to see me talk
Zelda
about the
OST
most,
switch.
I would imagine. So I'll give my thoughts on God Goku. I've seen there's been like a gigantic crusade to try and get this guy buffed. You know, in the same way
Buff
that
God
Goku and Frieza was
Goku.
buffed last year. I think
I'm
this is
crying.
a completely different situation. I don't think God Goku is to the level where he needs to be buffed. I don't. I think he's
That's
not
common sense.
He's probably not as good as he should be. But does that mean he needs to be buffed?
This Zelda OST isn't one of the best ones.
Like, I'm just trying to think of the best
This
way
one's
to word
spooky,
this.
bro.
In order for a character to need to be buffed after they initially release, there needs to be something like pretty wrong with the character. I actually think the like if we're looking at all the releases this past year, who is the biggest candidate to be buffed? The answer is this guy, Super Vegeta. Super Vegeta has a very
That's common
big,
sense.
monstrously glaring issue. Actually,
But
it's
he's
multiple.
not. He's not a festival
He has
anniversary unit.
very, very
So
bad
why would
key
they just
recovery, and
randomly
his
buff
gauge
Super
takes
Vegeta?
way too long
know?
to fill up. I actually think because there are multiple big issues with this character, this is the character that if anybody was going to be buffed, it's Vegeta. And the fact that Super Vegeta did not get buffed, I would say definitely this guy's not going to get buffed. There's no way.
That's also
with
not
this
a good
guy-
metric, in my opinion, because, you know, good units get buffs fast all the time, even without major flaws. Like G4 in the third Annie, he was obviously not as good as he needed to be, but they dropped that plat fast. They dropped that plat for him fast, like very fast. And let's look at Gold Frieza. He had a very good mechanic, but it wasn't the best. He wasn't the best. He was actually pretty crap. So they can still buff people no matter what. Like there's no conditions to their buffs. The Legends devs are super inconsistent, in my opinion, when it comes to like what they pick in terms of being powerful and what being bad.
Goku. I think this is a very differently structured character than Vegeta, by the way. This God Goku, to me, at least the impression that I have from using him throughout the entirety of last season and moving into this season, is this character is not going to be someone that carries you to victory most of the time. This is a character that you put on your team as a second or third option to round out the team, which is a pretty good thing for this character considering how many different tags he's on a lot of different teams. Saiyan, God Key, Sun Family, movies. So he's on a lot of different teams, and that gives him the flexibility to just be included on a lot of those a lot of the popular builds that people are using right now as like a second or third character. AoE green card. He has pretty damn good disrupt with the power down, double card destruction. He's lowering key. He has endurance, of course. He kind of reminds me of like a semi-modern future Gohan, where he's kind of doing a lot of intangible things that you really don't see in terms of like his offense. Like he can do decent damage. Like he can go type neutral when his gauge is filled up. I have seen some pretty good performance from this character against like Ultimate Gohan. When he has type neutrality, of course. He has type neutral for the first few counts upon switching in defensively as well. And I think one thing that people probably, I haven't really seen many people talk about this, but I've been thinking about this, and I don't think we've ever seen this before, but an AoE green card that can be spawned at will via his main ability. The reason why that's so strong is because it essentially acts as a vanish removal, right? If you're in a position where the enemy can't
that's true.
Like, they can't like get at like you're in melee range or something.
But then you'd be wasting.
Go for a tackle, the enemy strikes you. Like you're in that sort of position where you pretty much get a guaranteed combo started if you have an AoE green card.
But like,
if you're in a position like that, you essentially can use your main ability to act as a vanish removal because you spawn an AoE green card and the enemy can't do anything about it. So it's pretty strong. The fact that you can chain it into the ultimate's good. Gets covered all on the AoE green card. I don't think this is a character that you're going to be like, oh my god, I 1v3 this guy's whole team with God Goku, look how broken he is. He's more of a character that's going to be, spawning you cards, type neutral, disrupts, like a lot of these intangible things that
I do like that there is a benefit of spawning a green card from the main, but doing that, you also spawn the ultimate, and that's risky. It's similar to how a lot of people don't just press the main ability with Ultra UI, just to get the endurance nullification. You don't want to waste the big factor of the main ability to try and spawn a green card just for vanish removal. In most cases, nobody's doing that, let's be honest. You'd do it as an attribute to the fact that he's getting the ultimate, which is going to do damage. And because his damage isn't that great in general, even though he can do damage, it's a letdown.
He's really good at are what give him value as opposed to a lot of these other characters. Like, for example, we could even take a look at like someone who's going to be very high up on this list in Super Vegito. Like, this guy is doing way more intangible things than Super Vegito's doing. But obviously Super Vegito is he's a different designed character. This character is going to be a character that's going to be soloing teams and single-handedly winning you fights, but that's not really this guy's role, right? When they were sitting down to design LF God Goku,
they had the intern do it.
The minute they came up with what they wanted this guy to do, he was not going to be top 1 in the game. I don't really think, like, this is like saying Red Pan. Like, Red Pan never had, at least, I guess, based off of the way that I see the game functioning, Red Pan never had the potential to be top 1 in the game because she doesn't have the carrying potential to do that, right? God Goku, I would argue, is in a similar spot where he wasn't designed with that carry potential innately. Instead, he's more of a team player and helping you do things that a lot of other characters won't do naturally. He's kind of like Blue 17 almost. It's kind of a weird comparison to make, but Blue 17 is not going to be carrying you. Blue 17 is going to be contributing towards your team being more cohesive.
I'm not gonna lie, I've seen people use Blue 17 to carry. Yes, he's not created for that purpose, but you also have to consider that Blue 17 having that double vanish. That double vanish allows him to get two good combos off. So I don't feel like the comparison is the same. MVP actually carries. I don't feel like I don't feel like that was a good enough comparison. Him bringing up Pan makes sense. Pan isn't there to do damage and carry the team. She's an attribute to the guys that are already able to do a lot. But MVP 17 can actually be offensively great. When he was in the game, he wasn't the main man because there was actually just people that were just so much better. Like Prime Gold Freezer, Evo Ken, you know what I'm saying? Ultra UI, even going further behind, you know, on any Android team. Super 17, MVP 17's always had one person that's just a super striker on the team, so he doesn't need to do that. But he's carrying the team on their back in terms of like disruption and being able to tank stuff and avoid rising rushes. But on top of that, you know, he can also do the damage if need be. He's actually a hustler. So I don't feel like that's the best example to use, but I get what he was trying to say.
And that kind of does feel to me like what God Goku does in a way. So I feel comfortable with him being in this spot. Again, it's probably a little bit lower than most people were hoping for. And I definitely do think that when we're looking back at even last year's anniversary, there was a big push after Goku and Frieza released and they got buffed. There was a big push for Orange Piccolo to be buffed last year. I really was against that. I think there is a
Orange
better
Piccolo buff would have
argument
been insane
for God Goku to be buffed
in
than
hindsight.
Orange Piccolo. I think this character probably does feel a little bit worse than Orange Piccolo does, because Orange Piccolo was clearly not going to be a carry character. Like, it was very obvious. Orange Piccolo was a revival character. He was supporting. He was healing. This guy is not supporting. This guy is not healing. Right. But
with these devs, yeah, the minute you have a revival in your kit, just forget about it. Just forget about it. The minute you've got revival in your kit, just forget about being top 1. The minute they tell me this is a revival character, top 5 maybe at best, top 7, you know, just forget about it, man. You're not making it to the number 1. Barely in this day and age. Revhan was very early. He can slide. In this day and age, UGF is comeback. Not fair. It's not revival.
He does do a lot of other things, but on the other hand, he's, you know, he should be doing more damage. He should be tanking better. He should be doing a bunch of things.
It's not the same thing. UGF's comeback is not the same thing. I thought it was the same thing, but it's not the same thing. For example, if Vegito takes out Ultra Golden Frieza, the comeback doesn't give him the Dragon Balls and the buffs. It don't work. That's why it's not the same thing.
The one glaring issue with this character is just he doesn't get key on entry, and so I have had experiences where he doesn't have enough key to continue combos a lot of time, especially for fighting characters like Ultra Gohan, who remove your key whenever you hit them. Could be an issue, but other than that one problem, I don't really think there's like anything where it's like, oh my god, he needs to be adjusted or whatever. Right? I don't think it's that bad. Would have been nice if he was better. I would completely agree with that. And I think there is an argument. Well, I think there is a better argument that this guy would be buffed over like Orange Piccolo last year. So those are my thoughts. Do I think he needs to get buffed? No. But I think he could have been better for sure. I'm not saying that he's like, oh, he's completely fine. Doesn't need to be like, you know, if this was a pre-release character, I wouldn't be saying like, oh my god, there's nothing we need to do to change this character. Like I would have personally made a few tweaks here and there, but is he that bad that he needs to be buffed? I would say no. So there's God Goku. Let's move on to the next character in the B tier, which is going to be Nappa Vegeta. So
you guys think Nappa and Vegeta are worse than God Goku?
I guess I would say the bigger problem I have with this guy right now is that there's just not very many ways to run them. You can kind of just throw him on like a Saiyan team and leader slot for the revival, which could be pretty good, but there's like not a lot of synergy between this guy and a lot of other characters right now. I don't know. Like the difference between like this character and Pikkon / Gogeta, because this character is like how many months old? Like 2? This character's like 2 months old, right? Like I think they're about to be 2 months old. Gogeta, they're a very similar character, right? These two right here. The difference between Gogeta and Pikkon as opposed to Vegeta and Nappa is Gogeta and Pikkon provide a lot more utility for the rest of the team, right? These guys are providing more green cards than Vegeta and Nappa. Pikkon and Gogeta are providing the heal as opposed to Vegeta and Nappa. Pikkon and Gogeta are providing support to the team as opposed to Vegeta and Nappa. Pikkon and Gogeta, is there disrupt better? I don't know, it's close. So I'd say as a team player, the Pikkon Gogeta character probably feels a little bit stronger and more valuable than Vegeta and Nappa do, but Vegeta and Nappa as an individual solo character are better. The Nappa side is able to tank and survive way, way better than Pikkon is, which right now I think does have a lot of value, because if you just get killed by Super Vegito without him having to rush a revival character, like, you're in a very, very bad spot.
I know this doesn't really matter because these two units are like ass right now anyways, but what do you think is worse? Pikkon having to defend against Ultra Golden Frieza and Ultimate Gohan, or Nappa and Vegeta having to defend against Super Baby 2, Ultra UI, and Gogeta? Because low-key 3 versus this one, or 2 insane versus this one, low-key I would say Nappa and Vegeta are in the better position, even if you think Pikkon is better. Do you get what I'm saying? Not that I think that, but Nappa and Vegeta's position is also just better. But those 3 characters are insane, but I wouldn't want to be a victim to Ultimate Gohan, who's appearing every game. It can go either way.
So it is very important for like the pre-revival version of either of these characters to be able to survive just like a standard combo from like one of these really strong characters. So that's really good that Nappa's able to do that. I think the Vegeta side of this character is pretty good. There's nothing that like jumps off of their kit at me if I'm like reading through their kit. I'm like, oh my god, like this is broken, or oh my god, this is terrible. Like, they're just all around a very solid unit. And because they have a revival, they'll probably continue to be pretty flexible moving forward. I think the problem right now with them is just they don't really have like the greatest team setups, because they're technically a blast unit. So you're looking for like powerful opponent and blast characters, or Saiyan blast characters, which you can probably get away with on a few setups. But right now there's no specific setup that they're going to be on where it's like this character is going to shine like a lot. And I honestly would probably say that's probably where this character is going to remain for a while. Because they were a revival character, I could see them aging pretty well. But I don't really see this as a character that's going to be like, okay, we got a huge buff for Vegeta and Nappa, now all of a sudden they're here. Like, I don't see that happening ever for this character. I think this character will age well, but they'll...
You see, Nappa and Vegeta, they also fight against the bias. I'm not gonna lie, you return that banner, I don't think people are summoning. I know I'm not summoning, but I'm not a good messenger right now. I don't think a lot of people would summon anyways, because there's just so many much more... Damn, there's so many better things available, you know? It's just not it. Like, I can agree with him that they're not going to go up. They might go down. But if UGF somehow gets something that he can actually benefit from, you know, Nappa and Vegeta go up with Frieza Force, but that's unlikely anytime soon, you know?
Probably be hanging around like
people will probably
C/B
summon for Super Gauge too.
That's really what I see with this character right now. And then the third character we're going to bring into B tier is Super 17. Kind of a similar thing with Super 17 that I just talked about with Vegeta and Nappa. Just the fact that they don't really have Super 17 doesn't really have like the greatest team build. I think, you know, him on GT can be pretty good, but GT is not like the craziest team ever right now. It's still good. I think GT you can definitely still get to like super high ranks of GT, and it can perform very, very well. The one thing about GT is it is pretty consistent. I don't really think there's ever going to be a ton of matches where it's like, oh well, this didn't happen, so we lose, right? GT is pretty consistent. Super 17 is a very consistent character because you almost always know what's going to happen. So there's that. I think powerful opponent has, you know, recently gotten Kid Buu. We'll talk about Kid Buu in a little bit, but Super 17, Kid Buu, and I guess you would use Vegeta and Nappa. Like, how good is that team? It's fine. It's definitely not bad. But like, are you really going to use that team against like Sun Family? I guess you can get away with it, but it's no one's supporting on the team, no one's healing on the team. Like, there's no glue character. There's no Spirit Bomb GT Goku. There's no Gogeta. Like, Vegeta and Nappa have a revive, but they're not really providing anything for the team. You know what I'm talking about? So, yeah. Super 17 obviously still really strong. I think this is a character that, as opposed to what I just talked about with Vegeta and Nappa, Super 17, if he gets like a really, really significant buff, maybe can move back up to like A tier. Probably not S tier. I don't know if... Are we going to get to the point? Like, he would need to get like...
Super 17 can definitely touch S tier. Definitely. He's actually cracked.
There would need to be like an ultra green GT character or something. And then I could see him maybe moving back up to S, because that would cripple this character a lot, which is the main issue with Super 17 right now. Is Super 17 really hasn't fallen off that much in terms of what he's trying to do, but this character completely fodderizes. Like, I don't really use that term lightly, but this guy actually fodderizes Super 17. Like, it's the hardest counter to Super 17 we've seen so far. So we would need like some ultra powerful green GT unit to come out, and that would help, I think, move 17 up a little bit on this list. But those are going to be the 3 characters that I have in B tier. Let's go ahead and move on to A tier now.
All right. In reference to Super 17, it's in the hypothetical that there is some sort of buff that can make him go upwards. If you get rid of the 1 blue in the meta, bear in mind, Bombku's not moving anything. Kid Buu is decent, but he's really new and nobody's going to be using him over the Son family guys. You get 1 more insane green, Vegito stock goes down, Super 17 safe, somebody to add on to his team. That's all it needs, and Super 17 can touch the top ranks of the game again. Because Super 17 is actually a problem. He can have the Zenka buff of a red cell, people having the revival. It's literally that easy. That easy. Ranged powerful opponent or android green, even in GT green, it's over. It's actually over. Super 17, 1942, he's back in his prime. We don't want to deal with that. But in regards to this B tier, I don't think that, especially because of the featured boost, Nappa and Vegeta should not be in the B tier. I think it's almost a stretch to say that Nappa and Vegeta, I do understand the revival aspect, can hang with Super 17 and God Goku on the same tier. His reasons were basically the revival layer is a good aspect to have, but then he also downplayed them to say they don't have good team spots. In my opinion, if we look at Super 17, at the bare minimum on androids, he's a top 1 starter. On GT, he's a top 1 starter. Even on powerful opponents, he can be a top 1 starter. So on the teams he does exist on, he shines so much more than Nappa and Vegeta. Nappa and Vegeta is only going to be really used on Frieza Force. On Saiyans, you're not using him. Let's be real. On powerful opponents, you can use him, but you've got the likes of like what Super Baby 2 and CMZ. Why would you pick Nappa and Vegeta? I do understand the revival is good, but you already have the anti thingy, you know? Vegeta Clan exists, but then why are you going to use Vegeta Clan when you can literally sub him out and just make it Son family? It just don't make sense to me. It's really just the idea that he has a revival. He's not scary at all, and his teams are so lackluster when he's meant to fit there. Like, he's really an option due to, in a sense, bias, rather than he's actually someone you should consider. He's such a background character. It's like if your little brother's playing, so you gotta use someone worse. You're gonna swap out your one character on Son Fam, make it Vegeta Clan. No one's doing that, bro. So I think at least Nappa and Vegeta being in the same tier as S17 and Godku waters down how good Godku can be. So I think at least Nappa and Vegeta should go down. I don't mind S17 and Godku being here, but in the same tier as Vegeta makes it look ass. He's definitely not interchangeable with those two. I think that's such a stretch. But, hey, I'm not saying the unit's bad, but in terms of usage right now and the way they fit on teams, no, man. It's fully just not it. That's just not it. That one I cannot agree with. It makes this tier look so much worse than it actually is, because God Goku's a new unit and he's being watered down by the likes of Nappa and Vegeta. I guess maybe at 14 stars, since that's what his basis is, this guy's gonna tank, but I know God Goku's gonna tank probably better, which is ironic. And I do also understand that Ultimate Gohan is victimizing this guy, but this unit here is not even boosted and still getting caught up by 3 yellows. Scary times. So long day, you know. But yeah, that's just my take on that. Let's go to the A tier now.
All right, so we're gonna move on to A tier next. I'm gonna grab Kid Buu. This is going to be like an asterisk character because he kind of just came out like 2 days ago. And I initially wasn't even going to include Kid Buu on here, but after using him, I definitely think he deserves to be on the list, like overall. So I did some extra videos with Kid Buu. I did some off-camera fights with Kid Buu. I fought a few people with just him on like different setups. And I think this is probably where he's going to land, but it's really tough to say so early after he came out exactly where he'll fit on the list. So I'm going to put an asterisk next to Kid Buu because he could either go up or go down. I'm not sure. I don't think there's going to be some like massive epiphany that I have where it's like, oh my god, actually he's this good, or like actually he's this good, or actually he's not even doesn't even belong on here. Like I think he's probably going to fit somewhere around like A tier. A tier, like if we're talking about specific rankings, like maybe he'll be like low S tier. I think somewhere in here is really good for him, which is a very, very good sign because this is a character that came out in what 2021. I think it was 2021. I think it was Legends Fest, then Future Gohan, then Kid Buu, because I think Kid Buu came out in February, and then I think we got the Zenkai for LF Super Saiyan 3 Goku, the green one. But this is one of the older characters that had not gotten a Zenkai until this point. So Kid Buu is Kid Buu is very, very good. His damage is really, really high. He has a lot of the same he feels kind of similar to when he first dropped, in the fact that like if you're fighting against him, you kind of feel like you're even scared to try to attack him because of how fast he gets his vanish back from just naturally, and also from his green card. His damage is really, really high. He can get, I've had matches where he's had like 4 times card draw speed with his green cards. Obviously there are a few flaws with him. Number one, he doesn't really have great defenses. I mean, they gave him endurance, which is really nice, and the card draw speed down disrupt is pretty powerful. Every time he gets hit, he lowers the enemy's card draw speed for 3 counts. It's pretty good. But I found that he can get incinerated by just like if this guy just like if you're fighting like a decently highly starred purple ultimate Gohan, he has like a Zenkai buff or something, I don't know, he's on like a decent setup, and you just decide as this guy to just randomly throw out a blue card at long range, and you get caught with that as Kid Buu, like you could very easily get one shot by just a random blue card from this guy, which nullifies his endurance and stuff. But so that's a kind of an issue. His bulk is not super high. He doesn't have sustained damage cut penetration anywhere, which I think is a pretty big thing for a lot of offensive characters these days. I was actually kind of surprised to look at his ultimate and not see them give him any kind of sustained damage cut penetration, because I think like Zamasu was like 100%. Like it's a huge difference. Ultimate hits like a truck. So that's the thing as well. And the fact that he doesn't have a cover change is a pretty big issue as well. I mean, he's just really, really old. Like he's very old. They didn't give him a cover change when he came out, and they weren't obviously going to like do a new animation for a cover change for this character. I haven't really seen any people talk about that, but it is an issue not having a cover change, and then also on top of that, not really having any disrupt on cover change either. So this guy cover changes in, and like he's doing nothing. He's doing nothing to stop the combo besides having the card draw speed debuff when he gets hit.
I'm not gonna lie. Listening to him downplay Kid Buu, which is all rightful downplay, then seeing him 1 tier above God Goku is irritating me. It's getting me so mad. No cover changes, just vanishing inshallah with draw speed, you know? And he's a whole tier above God Goku. In the same sentence, he also said he can get incinerated by Ultimate Gohan. Bro, that is getting me so mad. Kid Buu is good, obviously, but like, yo, not having a cover change in 2024 is insane. Like, I've used him, and let's even talk about the teams. Like, the teams are not even popping like that for Kid Buu. You're using him out of preference. So having him a whole tier above when they both have endurance, ridiculous. You should have put Nappa and Vegeta down 1, Kid Buu down 1. That's what I think. So it'd be 4 down here and then 3 down here. I can't hear it. I can't hear him a tier above God Goku. That's not real.
So I mean, that is the thing that matters, because if you take a look at like every character, essentially all the good characters in the game have some way to stop combos, or they have a cover change. Like every character, this is the only character on this list that doesn't have a cover change, right? Yeah, it is. He is. So, but I think he's still very good. He can spawn a lot of greens, and the damage is high. Team-wise, I'm kind of not sure yet. I haven't even tested the Majin Buu team after this guy's come out. I've used him on Region. I've used him on Powerful Opponent. Again, I think you can do a team of like these 3 together. Kid Buu, Vegeta, and Super 17 could work pretty well. But you know, when you take a look at this guy's teams, the fact that he is a villain character, a powerful opponent character, they're just not matching up to like Sun Family or hybrids or, you know.
The only two good things he said about Kid Buu is that his green card gets him vanished. Did I say two things? I should have said three if I said two. Green card gives him vanish. He gets draw speed and he has good damage. He also has endurance. That's only 4 good things. Then there was like 6 bad things. But he's a tier above God Goku. It don't make sense.
Like a mixture of those two.
He don't even have good teams.
God Key or whatever. Like these really high powered, high tier, top tier meta defining teams. Like they're not matching with those. So that could be an issue as well. But I think I feel pretty comfortable with him being around like like A tier. If you're ranking characters like maybe low S tier somewhere in there, he's very, very good. But again, I'll put an asterisk next to Kid Buu because I have used every other character on this list like 4 times more than him. So we'll put a pin in this for now. Maybe we'll revisit this in the next list we do. All right, the next character is going to be Super Baby 2. I think this character.
Shout out Super Gauge 2. But let's not say he doesn't like God Goku. But I feel like he sticks with characters that are a bit more not Saiyan than Saiyans. You know what I'm saying? He obviously has his bias with Frieza. That's not to say he's going to tier list biasly. It's just his personal favorite. Do you get what I'm saying? But yeah, the Kid Buu explanation was very poor. Especially given what he described about with God Goku. So yeah, I think that's obviously just a miss. And I also still think Nappa and Vegeta should be down 1.
Has definitely gained some value now that we've seen how good this guy is. Again, it's going to be a similar thing with this guy with a lot of these other villain characters. It's just they don't like he's a Saiyan, so you can kind of get away with putting him on like a Sun Family team in the leader slot potentially, but that does affect like the equipment you can use and stuff like that. So we'll see. I think this guy is going to age fairly well. We'll see. I mean, how well is he going to age, actually? Because it's all going to depend on his gauge, which so far hasn't been an issue. I mean, when did this come out? This guy came out in March? April?
He's literally Maharaga. The only way to stop Super Gauge 2 is to take him out before he adapts. And most people in the game cannot do that. CMZ can do that because he's red. Super 17 probably could do that nowadays. Most other units are not doing that. I'll be real. UI Goku, if you catch him on a cover when he's already low, you have to at least go through 1 adaptation before you can take out Super Gauge 2. Maharaga, you can't just take him out quick. See SV of the rush, yes, but you have to use a whole rise and rush to stop him. Just don't let him adapt, but he's gonna adapt.
April? No, I think it was March, right? This guy came out in March. Yeah, March. And it's now the end of June. So we're like 3.5 months since he's come out, and I feel like he's been aging pretty well so far. We'll see. I think as soon as we start seeing like if Gohan wasn't purple, and even if he wasn't red, like just like a type neutral color, like if he was like blue, this Gohan, would Baby get affected negatively? Probably. Like this Gohan is now at the point where he's just doing so much damage that it's hard. It's getting harder and harder to take advantage of his gauge. Right? We're eventually going to get to the point where Baby takes 1 hit, even at like high stars with Zenkai buffs, and he's not really going to be able to just sit there and fill his gauge up without being dead. So
that's some facts.
At that point, it's going to be a lot tougher to run this guy. I think we got lucky with Gohan being purple. Well, Baby got lucky with this Gohan being purple. I think when it comes to the Part 3 Ultra, that's when we'll see how well this guy's really going to age. Because if the Part 3 Ultra comes out and he's starting with like 300% damage, and 1 strike card is dealing 2/3 of this guy's health, then he's going to be like worthless. So when it comes to characters that have gauges like this is probably the character that's aged the best, besides like Gogeta. But Ultra Gogeta Blue's gauge is kind of different than this. It's not exactly the same. This guy has like a similar gauge to like Ultra Broly, right? Ultra Broly is like the saddest character of all time because Ultra Broly came out and he was actually really good, and then
I did not just hear Ultra Broly was really good. Astaghfirullah, bro. You know the look when someone's lying, but you just gotta listen anyways. That's crazy.
Blue Beast came out. And Blue Beast was like the strongest character of all time in this game. And because the way the gauge worked, where you had to sit there and take hits, Beast Gohan just came in and like flicked him and he like got one shot. So we'll see if that's going to be the similar thing that happens with Baby. But I think so far, Baby is in a really good spot right now. We have a lot, I don't want to say a lot of purple characters, but we have a few good, really good purple characters. Vegeta and Nappa, not really super common.
That was kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie.
Golden Frieza is
I don't even like that he brought up Ultra Broly in the same conversation as Maharaga, Gaijaraga, bro. I don't even like that. That's crazy. Ultra Broly was a stinker, bro. There was situations you can get good results out of him, but he actually was ass, bro.
Semi-common, and then this guy is super common. So, in terms of his spot right now, I think he's in a pretty good spot. Also, Fusion Zamasu is not mega common, so there aren't really a ton of reds.
He was star reliant though, that's what I will say. And you have to remember, Goresh had everybody 14 star. A 14 star Ultra Broly is high key insane. But that's about it. That's about it. But that's his metric, so you know. The streets don't have the same memory because we don't have him 14 stars, most of us. You know, if you watch Vara's video for Showcase, Vara had an insane showcase with Ultra Broly. I remember that vividly. But, you know, most people, every Ultra Broly was just a stinker unit. Let's be honest.
Super 17 is also not that common right now. Nullifies endurance on his ultimate, which you can also double up with him locking in the opponent with his full gauge up.
If you don't want to listen, just leave.
Endurance with his blue card when his gauge is built up. So overall, I think Baby's in a really, really good spot right now, and I feel pretty comfortable with him being sort of like in the mix with these A tier characters. The last character we're gonna pull for A tier is Gogeta Blue. I did a very long discussion about this character in my prior tier list, so I'm not going to go in too much detail here about him, but I think the assault chain mechanic should have been better. I think the fact that it essentially forces you to substitute card draw speed for cover null when most characters in the game have both is not good. Right, because that's essentially what you have to do.
1.5 last
you have
time.
to be clicking strike cards in succession to use the assault chain mechanic. But if you do that, you have 0 card draw speed. Because card draw speed only triggers when you're not attacking. Whether you're sidestepping, whether you're charge stepping, that's when the card draw speed activates. So if you're just continuously doing the assault chain mechanic, then you literally have 0 card draw speed. Like, actually 0. So, and then besides that, he has no way of getting cover null. So this is like kind of a weird situation where it's like you have to sacrifice card draw speed to get cover null, or you sacrifice cover null to get card draw speed. And you take a look at like every other character on here, and they have both, right? Super 17 doesn't need to sacrifice card draw speed to get cover null, and doesn't need to sacrifice cover null to get he just has both. He just gets both, right? So yeah, I that's a little bit weird to me. I think this guy is okay. So here's why he's an A tier, not higher. I think this guy shares like almost all the same teams as Ultra UI Goku. So I'm finding it hard to like, if I'm thinking of a team to make, and I have access to both this character and Ultra UI Goku, like what team would I prioritize Gogeta on? As opposed to UI, maybe like just Fusion Warriors. Like that's like the only tag that this guy has. That
I was just looking into Kid Buu's kit, yeah, because that position is still getting me so hot. It's like burning my head every time I see Kid Buu's face, putting him a tier above God Goku. Kid Buu only gets cover nullification for 3 time accounts on the first time he uses a blast card, and then that's it. 3 time accounts is okay, but like, I'd rather have the Strike Assault with that I can't get draw speed from than the 3 timer counts of cover node. You know what I'm saying? Kid boost way too high. I'm probably bringing it up too much, but like it's actually irritating me seeing his face. Not literally, I'm not literally angry, but I'm looking at him like, bro.
UI doesn't have.
I know Kid Buu has draw speed though.
If I'm deciding between, okay, do I want to put Gogeta on my team as the yellow character or UI on my team as the yellow character? I'm just gonna go with UI. UI.
That's some facts though. That's some facts though. We're picking UI over Gogeta 9 times out of 10.
UI is a safer option by far. UI is helping the team out more with the subcount manipulation and green card generation. UI is helping you stall more with his gauge. UI has the lock-in, which a lot of times can just secure you a kill very early on in the fight. Just a free and cheap way to get a kill early. I just feel like UI is just... he does what this character wants to do, but better. A lot of times UI can sort of fulfill the role of Art's... of Assault Chain better than Assault Chain. Right? You lock in Ultra Gohan, and then you just kill him. You just kill him.
That's something.
Right? Who cares about punching through Gohan's gauge when you could just kill him with UI Goku's lock-in?
Yo, Goku, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Why would I want impact resistance when I can just dodge the hits? And why would I want to stop you from cover changing him when I can just stop you from escaping in the first place? It's just so much better. It's just so much better.
So I think the comparison to make here is like Gogeta is really, really good, but I just don't. I have a hard time finding like places where I want to use him because I'd rather just use UI. I think UI is just a better character, and unfortunately, they're on like almost all the same teams. So that's how I feel about this character. I mean, he does definitely fare well against this guy, Ultimate Gohan, who's a very common character to encounter right now. But so does this guy. I'd rather just run this guy. So we're going to put him here. Certainly a really good unit. I've had a lot of fun actually using this guy. I used him in my God Rank Grand last season. No Zenkai buffs, and he was performing incredibly well. So really, really good character. It's harder for me to move him up here more in this current meta. We'll see. I don't know. The question becomes, like, does this guy ever see more value than UI? I don't see it. I don't see this guy ever seeing more value in this game than UI. But maybe they'll figure out a way. Maybe they'll just give us like 60 million characters that have strike coverage, unique gauge or something. That would suck. But I mean, this guy would get a lot of value from that. All right, so that's gonna cover it.
All right, so before he moves on to the next segment, I want to say something that's kind of a flaw in my eyes to what he's made with this tier list. So he's got Gogeta in A, right? So that means there's going to be 3 units that are in S. But I think whoever the 3 units are in S, and we do know that Ultra UI is 100% going to be one of them, I believe, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it should be Vegito, Gohan, and I think he actually put an Ultimate Gohan, yeah. Vegito, Ultra Gohan, and Ultimate Gohan in Z. So in S, one of the units is obviously going to be UI. But if UI and Gogeta fulfill the same role, but UI is just slightly better, doesn't that mean Gogeta should be on the same tier as him? I do not see Gogeta being as interchangeable, especially with the team options, as Super Baby 2. I think Gogeta is better than Super Baby 2. So Gogeta should be 1 tier above, but he should be below the 3s. Because if you put him in A tier, by his definition of the premise for the tier list, you could easily argue somehow that Kid Buu could be better than Gogeta Blue. This whole tier is interchangeable. I know he put asterisks on it, but even Super Baby 2, he was just talking about how Super Baby 2 at some point is going to be able to get one shot. I don't see Gogeta being in this tier. He should be 1 up. 3 in each in format. Yeah, Darks, basically that. 3 in each tier is messing up his tier list, in my opinion. He shouldn't have kept it so clean and tidy for 3 in each, because saying Gogeta is interchangeable with Kid Buu and Super Baby 2 is absurd. But he should be a tier above, but not better than possibly Gogeta, Ultra Golden Frieza, maybe. I mean, not better than UI Goku, Golden Frieza, and CMZ, debatably. Do you hear what I'm saying? The 3 and 3 system is messing up the tier list for me.
A tier characters. Let's move on to the S tier next. All right, moving on to S tier. We're gonna go with Golden Frieza here. The reason why I have Golden Frieza a little bit lower on this list than the prior list, again, just is going to be teams. I think when you look at individuality...
No, he shouldn't have done B plus A plus. He should have just accepted that not every tier is going to have the same amount of characters. That's all, in my opinion. But if he... I think he actually believes this, and I think that's flawed for simple definitions. And if you look at the fact that he openly said in each tier it can be interchangeable, that's terrible. That's terrible.
Is Golden Frieza as good as every character on this list, or if maybe not just even straight up the best character on this list individually? But yeah, I think he has the possibility to you can make that argument for sure. I think Golden Frieza has the potential to be the single best character in the game right now, just individually. But I think team wise, he does get hurt. He has the possibility to you can make that argument for sure. I think Golden Frieza has the potential to be the single best character in the game right now, just individually.
That was glazed. that was the single best unit in the game. When this guy exists and this Ultra Golden Frieza, the single best unit in the game, there's an argument for that. No. If I walked into the competition for the single best unit in the game, individual kit, and somebody said Golden Frieza's competing, I'd say, how did they get here? I think most people would be like, how did they get here? Knowing that Ultimate Gohan's in the game. And Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Like, you have to really look at everything that goes into Golden Frieza. The Zenkai buffs, you know, the support factors. Individually? Hell nah, man.
Individually. But I think team-wise, he does get hurt a little bit because
like Golden Frieza is insane on his team.
Thing I've been mentioning with like every single powerful opponent / villain character, they just don't have the teams to stand up to Sun Family, Godki, Hybrid Saiyans, those kinds of teams. So Golden Frieza, I think if we end up, because what they usually do is they usually end up giving us no villains during Anniversary and Legends Festival. So what always happens is we end up getting a lot of villain releases outside of those big celebrations. So when it comes to like, you know, January through April or like August through October, like those two windows where we're not in the middle of big celebrations, that's when they typically give us tons of villains or really good villain characters, right? That's where we got Vegeta and Nappa. That's where we got Baby. That's where we got Ultra Golden Frieza. So I think there's a possibility that in between Anniversary and Legends Festival, so like again, like end of July through end of October-ish, we could end up getting some really, really powerful villains that could really help like Golden Frieza or Baby on this list, or Super 17, stuff like that. But we'll see. I think right now Golden Frieza is in a pretty decent spot. I don't think like he's too good. I don't think he's not good enough. I think he's just good. He's very, very solid. You could definitely make a team work with like Golden Frieza and Baby and like Fusion Zamasu, who's also going to be on this list in just a little bit. And then we'll see what happens as we move out of Anniversary, but I could very easily see this guy moving up on this list. I don't really see this guy being able to move down. He's too good. He's too good to be moving down anywhere, at least for now. It's very possible we get more power. I mean, we are going to be getting more power creep as we move out of the Anniversary, but I mean, the comeback mechanic is just so beyond anything we've seen. Like, I think the comeback mechanic is probably just the single most broken mechanic in this game.
I didn't think it could get worse. Single best mechanic. Ultra UI is no switching into the ult. Vegito's Rising Rush. Instant vanish removal. But he chose comeback. Throughout heaven and hell. I'll be real though. Ultra Golden Frieza's kit, yeah, is very good, but it's not complicated. It's super efficient. I like to put it down to his green card. His green card cover no. He gets cards, and he gets key from it as well. There's one thing I'm missing though. Vanish back, right? And then on top of that, he's also able to increase the enemy's cost. It's very simple and efficient, his kit. The comeback is obviously safe. But he's not doing anything so spectacular to say comeback is the best mechanic in the game. Because it's just not. It's objectively not. I'm not trying to say he should even move out of this tier. But boy, oh boy, you think we're talking about Z tier the way he's talking about him. Then he also said he thinks Frieza is in no position to move down. Bro, if the next unit they drop is yellow, wallahi he's finished. If the... if the next unit they drop is yellow, Frieza, you will not be seeing playing time. You won't. It's if. But he said there's just no way, basically, that Frieza will move down anytime soon. Obviously, the next unit is unlikely to be yellow. But if the next unit is yellow, it's GG's. This tier list, not even this tier list, this, that explanation is void. It's immediately void, bro. Immediately void. UI most doesn't one combo ultimate most of the time, doesn't kill Gohan, can just use his gauge to get out UI combo. You can easily bypass UI mechanic while Gogeta Strike Assault you can't bypass it. But Gogeta's Strike Assault is not going to kill you. You're more likely to get a kill with UI than Gogeta, because the cards that Gogeta has isn't going to kill you. Ultimates are more likely to kill you than strikes. That's just how it works.
I think it's a revive that does half your health. Like, what is that? What the hell is that? So yeah, we'll put him here, and we'll see where he moves up and down on the next. Again, probably not down, but he's probably gonna at least stay the same. All right, next character is going to be Ultra UI Goku. Again, I sort of talked about what I needed to with this guy when we discussed Gogeta a few minutes ago, but Ultra UI Goku, I think, at least personally, is just a better version of this character. There are certain traits that Gogeta has that I think could, you could argue, oh, it's better than this guy. Like the full heal from the fusion obviously is really
something that's just small. Now that I'm watching a tier list, it's much easier to critique a tier list that's already made and make small tweaks to make it perfect than if it was your own tier list being made from scratch. I'm actually kind of like seeing this now, and maybe I should double check my own tier list when I finish them. I think that would be good. I should look at it for about look away and then look at it again in like 10 minutes after finishing my own tier list, because this is mad easy to critique. That's probably how people feel watching my tier list. I should lock in. I'm not gonna lie.
Really strong. They get cover null obviously way more easily when they're pre-fused than Goku does. All you got to do is tag once. Goku can get cover null outside of the cover change nullification mechanic with using green cards, but I wouldn't really call that like mega consistent. The first one, sure, because he can generate one from dodging, but after that, I don't, because even when you're looking at like the best Sun Family teams, like the best Sun Family teams right now are Blast.
Also, a small thing to notice, Omega Shenron's not on the list, or Beast Gohan, but I might talk about that later. And he just said most of the best Sun Family teams are Blast. Let me hear what else he has to say.
Ultra Gohan, Purple Gohan, and this guy. There's a very strong argument for that to be the best team in the game right now. Ultra UI Goku, Ultra Gohan, and then Purple Ultimate Gohan. That is a very, 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 very annoying and tough team to deal with. And it's a Blast team. So we'll see. I think this guy's probably just got too many mechanics to where Gogeta can ever like overtake this guy on a list. I think this guy will always be more valuable than Gogeta, unfortunately. It's kind of sad, but yeah. I'm having UI Goku here in the middle of S tier. The next character I'm going to grab is Fusion Zamasu. So we kind of already know what Z tier. So I'm just going to put the Z tier characters here, and we'll talk about them in a second. Just to reiterate, these are not ordered. The tiers are just what they are. You can interchange any character within the tiers with each other. I think that's fine. Fusion Zamasu is one of the best Zenkais we've ever gotten. This guy is probably right now the most scary character to fight against, which I guess kind of does work thematically.
If you're using Saiyans, for sure.
At any point, you can die to this guy. Like,
it doesn't even matter actually.
What typing you are. Doesn't matter if you have a revive. Doesn't matter if you have a endurance. Well, I guess it doesn't matter if you revive or come back because you cannot die, right? But it doesn't matter if you're an endurance character. Doesn't matter if you have type advantage. Like, from any point in the fight, this guy could end up green carding you and then type neutral ulting you and killing you. He can blue card you for 90% of your health and draw a green card and kill you. His strike can do 60% of your health. This is a dumb character. They were not holding back at all with this guy's Zenkai Awakening. Like, you could even look at like all like the new unique abilities they gave him, and it's like, what the hell? He's stacking all the damage against Saiyans.
He's just spitting like, here. Like, I don't need to pause.
Is this also the hardest hitting ult in the game? It's him or Golden Frieza, right? Hardest hitting ults. Because doesn't this guy have 100% sustained damage cut penetration? Gohan's probably up there. Yeah, it's probably Gohan, Golden Frieza, and Zamasu, the 3 hardest hitting ultimates in the game. I probably would give it to Frieza. It does AoE damage too. But yeah, this guy is crazy. And then the fact that he can kind of snowball off of killing
ultimate
opponents
is minus 50%.
He gets vanish back when they switch.
Unless I'm reading that wrong.
He removes all your ki, right?
He gets
when he lands the ult too, he can remove
damage.
all your keys.
Sorry, I know he's talking. He gets 40% damage inflicted from his ult, and he was saying that he gets 100% to enemy sustained damage cut. It's 50%. I don't know if he said 50. Maybe I'm tripping and I'm not listening, but I'm just confirming that it's 50. Then he's also building up against Saiyans with the damage inflicted with his strike and blast, which lasts for 10 timer counts each time. So if you do it at the end of a combo, it could be insane. And I'm just looking at his like unique abilities just in case. I know I'm not showing you guys, but just take my word for it. I'm looking at it from another screen, and you can look at it yourself as well if you want to fact check. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
So this guy's really strong. I think even the thing that made me pretty like, okay, so there's like a level where I was expecting this guy to be good at after his Zenkai Awakening, and I was like, okay, yeah, he's definitely insanely good offensively. But the thing that sort of pushed him over the edge for me is
that's actually insane. CMZ is at 50% from his ultimate sustained damage cut, and he's doing that much damage. Imagine if he was 100%. Chai.
His defensive utility. You could even go back to my like breakdown of him, and you could even go back to my initial showcase of him where I'm like, he's probably going to be a glass cannon. And that is certainly not the case. He is able to tank hits extremely well. He is lowering the opponent.
G4 is 100% sustained damage and 50% ultimate damage on the ult. Then his main ability, let me look at it. It doesn't give him any damage inflicted. He just goes type neutral.
Opponent's key whenever they attack, which actually does matter. He is healing a ton. And I think it actually did end up giving a lot of extra value to his unique equipment. Right? When this guy's unique equipment
it's the fact he has
dropped,
the unique as well.
It completely contradicted what he was trying to do. He was a glass cannon on release. Like, straight up. He did not leverage his health pool whatsoever. Like, he just died. Right? When this guy dropped, he was really, really good. But much like every other character in the game, he got incinerated by Zenkai Red Gohan. Right now, I wouldn't really say there's a ton of characters that can just come in and incinerate this guy. I mean, the Super Vegito probably is the only one. Purple Ultimate Gohan probably could if he just catches him with like a raw blue card or something. But this guy actually does have some bulk to him, and that does add a lot of value to the unique equipment because of all the healing you can get from it. So I think they've actually designed this guy to be pretty nice. I don't really have too many complaints about him at all. I don't think I could like open up his kit and say like, oh, well, he actually needed this or he actually needed this. But overall, really strong character that I think it fits really well in this S tier ranking here. So those are the S tier characters. Let's start talking about the Z tier now.
All right, just before he goes into the Z tier, because it's going to be the last part of the section of the video, I think, obviously, I already explained that Nap and Vegeta should move down. I think he's kind of low-key forgotten about Hybrid Saiyans, but I guess because you already have 1 and 2, and Sun Family is just a better team overall, you don't need to consider Hybrid Saiyans, but in my opinion, I think Red Beast could easily slot in B tier. Easily. Especially at 14 stars, people are consistently running him because the consistent buff cancellation between Ultimate Gohan and not Ultra Gohan, but for Ultra Gohan, because he also has endurance. So you get double endurance, double buff cancellation. That could work. So I think he should put Nappa Vegeta down, Beast in B. But I do understand he's doing it at 14 stars. But like, I don't see how at 14-star Beast is not going to be able to compete with the rest of this list. So Beast in B. Then we're gonna have Kid Buu comes down. So there's 3 here and no, there's 4 here and no, it'd be 3 here. No, 4 here and 4 here. Then here we only have Super Baby 2, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Super Baby 2's on his own in the A tier, where he's really in the middle of the list. And I think Gogeta could slot up with these guys easily. Or we would leave Gogeta and Super Baby 2 alone together. I think that's fine. It does look weird, but I think it makes a lot more sense. Because if Gogeta and UI can fit the same spot, you know, one is replacing the other. I do understand that, but they can fit the same role.
All right, so Z tier. I'm sure everyone's shocked to see 2 Gohans in
RJ671. That's what I'm saying.
Ultra Gohan. I mean, we don't really need to go into too much depth about him, right? I think he actually did get a lot of help with Purple Gohan.
Beast and B.
The reason why is because Purple Gohan has the buff removal. So if we're fighting against like a Super Vegito or something like that, or even just like a character that uses an ultimate, for example, you could swap into Ultra Gohan and he could live. Like Super Vegito Rising Rushes, Ultimate Gohan's going to remove his endurance removal, and Ultra Gohan's going to survive. Same thing with like Fusion Zamasu. Fusion Zamasu, I think, actually probably did get hurt a little bit from this Ultimate Gohan coming out, because Fusion Zamasu, one of the things that he does is he does gain 30 seconds of endurance nullification from his main ability. If he tries to go for a Rising Rush against Gohan, he will simply not have endurance nullification anymore. Even if he tries to go for like an ultimate or a blue card too, he won't be able to kill or punch through the endurance there. So Ultimate Gohan sort of acting as like a shield for this character can be pretty impressive. I'll always make the same statement about this character that I still don't see anybody talking about, which is how incredibly dumb the armor break mechanic is. I don't think it should exist. I think, like, if I'm looking through all of the things on here, there are
Sufyan, he did do that. He didn't mention like the good extra factors about Gogeta's kit. He didn't later on mention that Gogeta gets a full health bar. But you know, it's like, if he mentions Ultimate Gohan's vanish removal, then I'll say he was low-key just maybe forgetting, or he glazed.
There are only 2 things I would say that shouldn't exist. Like, every single character's mechanics. What mechanics on here shouldn't exist? There are 2. The first one is Golden Frieza's comeback. I think is
he needs to let go. He needs to let go. The comeback is not that good. It's insane, but like, it's not that good to the point where people are saying, take it out, I don't want it in the game no more. It's not that good. It's not that good. You know, if I had to pick 2 mechanics on this list to take out, I'm taking out the UI lock kill. I'm getting that out of here immediately. And I'd probably take out the Rising Rush here, or the armor break, bro. The armor break is not the most toxic on this list. Anywhere close. Anywhere close, bro.
Is actually
okay. No, that's a drag. It's just not top 1 or 2.
Too good. And then the second thing is armor break. Armor break shouldn't exist. It's stupid. It is beyond stupid. And the fact that anyone on the team can use it means that you actually can't, like, you just have to assume that you can't use blast armor, which at this point, a good character comes out, odds are they're going to have blast armor, right? Most good characters have blast armor, at least new characters that come out. So the fact that you're just straight up removing that from their arsenal means that you have a lot more freedom to play the game. Quick attack, like this is a better version almost of Super.
even Super 17 tap attacking you and stopping you from playing the game is insane. Imagine you can't play the game because he tap attacked you. That doesn't even cost key. It doesn't cost anything. It's free. It's free. For free, you're stopping them from playing the game for free. And you can do that all game. Chill.
Super 17's quick attack blast strategy, because this guy has endurance. So they can't even rush. So, yeah, you guys know how powerful and how dumb Ultra Gohan is. I'm not going to go into excruciating detail about him. Super Vegito, probably... I guess I should talk about this now. This will sort of pour into this Gohan as well. The reason why I'm going to put Super Vegito up here, other than the fact that he's really good, is you would think that this purple Ultimate Gohan having the endurance... what do I even want to say? So Ultimate Gohan deletes Vegito's endurance nullification buff when he rising rushes. So you would think that this guy would have a lot of extra value against Super Vegito, but the problem is Super Vegito does so much damage, and Ultimate Gohan's one flaw is that his defense is not, like, incredible.
His defense ass.
That a lot of times what will happen...
But he heals so much.
...is Super Vegito will just normally combo through this guy's first life.
I did that a lot today.
This guy would just get 100 to 0'd by Super Vegito's normal combo. And then at that point, you can just get rushed. So it's pretty tough to be able to survive and make value out of that buff removal when this guy rising rushes, because a lot of times you just simply cannot survive like the combo from him. So I guess that would just factor into how good his damage is. The fact that he gets rising rushes so fast, it's just like it feels like a lot of
the
times
rising rush farming is underrated.
This guy, I think going into part 2,
people really underestimate how fast you can get your Dragon Balls with using Vegito into a free rush that can be used multiple times. Minimum, if you use Vegito effectively, you can get up to 2 rushes at least. 3 if you're greedy. Like, if you're mad greedy, 3. And you say you're rushing endurance and stuff, bro. You are spamming them.
I guess before part 2 actually dropped, we saw a lot of more Pycons. We saw a lot more Vegetas. I would also argue that we saw a lot more Golden Friezas. So like all these characters that could survive Super Vegito's Rising Rush, we've seen less and less of them as part 2 came out. So that is definitely something that has, I think, given a bit more value to this character in terms of his Rising Rush just being that much more deadly. Right? I mean, Zamasu's not living. Like, Zamasu gets disintegrated by Transformed Vegito. There isn't really, like, a character on this list that is able to just, like, swap in against this guy and be like, I'm good. I mean, the only one who could do that is, like, Baby. Baby is, like, the only character that could swap in against this guy and just, like, sit there and eat his hits and then just get his gauge, and, like, that's the end of the combo. Other than Baby, yeah, like, who else can... I mean, this guy, maybe? But the problem is, like, this guy swaps in and he just gets Rising Rush, right? And this guy does kill Dragon Balls. I guess that could be interesting. But yeah, Vegito, you guys know how stupid he is at this point. He's a part 1 character. We fought him enough times. We know how good he is. And then I guess the final character we'll talk about here is going to be the purple Ultimate Gohan. I don't really know what they were thinking with him. I think his blue card is way, 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 way over the top. I didn't think they needed to give him... I didn't think they needed to give that blue card endurance nullification. I think if I was going to, like,
that was such a reach.
A part of his kit, I wouldn't give that endurance nullification, because the only reason why Revival UI Goku's blue card has endurance nullification is because the LF is tied to the blue card. Ultimate Gohan has an ultimate.
Too greedy. The devs were too greedy. If you have an ultimate nullifying endurance on your blue as well, how greedy, bro. You can't have both. Pick one. Pick one, man. Flipping heck.
And by the way, his ultimate is like one of the most single broken things in the entire game. Remember when Dragon Fist, Super Saiyan 3 LF Dragon Fist Goku first dropped for the 4th anniversary? He basically one-shot everything in the game. But in order to get to that point, you had to go through like a quest to get his gauge filled up. Once you got his gauge filled up and you had that one-shot potential like available, he was killing pretty much anything. Like when he first dropped that Dragon Fist, he was crazy. But
he forgot to mention Tapion on the team. Gohan's doing this solo. Like Dragon Fist, you have to do a lot for it. I'm not gonna lie. You gotta build up that gauge, or you have to have him last stand. But Tapion was helping out, bro. Tapion was his best friend, besto friend. But Gohan says, nah, I'm him, alone. And it's a nuke.
You had to work for it. You had to really invest like the first third of the fight into just attacking with him. And then he would get the gauge built up, and then you'd have to get priority again, and then you'd be able to get the one shot off. Gohan doesn't have to do any work to get the same outcome. This guy, all this guy does is pop the main ability, and he has Dragon Fist's fully built up mechanic. As a modern character, he removes the enemy vanish, he goes type neutral, and his ultimate hits for 4, 5, 6, 7 million damage. So like, what do you do? Like literally.
Yeah. So, this Sufyan said it earlier. You see how he brought up the vanish removal on Gohan, Ultimate Gohan. He did not mention at all Gogeta's vanish, him obtaining a free vanish from his main, which is very, very useful in a 3v1. And you get time to draw some cards as well, because obviously you're vanishing, you're not attacking. So yeah, I'm gonna conclude that in the end though.
What do you do? Ironically, the only character that can like sort of counter that is
it's okay that he missed it out though. It's not that big of a deal.
Because if you drop combo against this guy and this guy has a blue card, he can actually counter the ultimate. And then the other character who can counter this guy is himself, because he removes buffs. So if you drop combo against an opponent, Ultimate Gohan.
Small detail, yeah, as well. I just thought about it. His biggest problem, his biggest mechanic, if he said comeback was one of them, but the second one was Ultra Gohan's anti-blast. But his blue cards, Gogeta's blue cards, also go through. He has blast nullification on his blue cards, I swear, right? He's the one guy that stops the most toxic mechanic, if not the second most toxic mechanic in the game consistently with blue cards. Obviously, it's quite niche because it's a blue card, but you can go through it at all times. You know, the one solution is the one character that he doesn't want to say is on par with UI Goku, which is kind of ironic. You know, obviously, I'm not even the biggest Gogeta fan. I don't think he's better than UI. But the one solution Goresh has to his biggest problem, he doesn't want to respect the unit. I find that mad funny.
You're not going to be able to nullify their endurance with this. One dynamic I really don't like is the fact that obviously these characters are going to be using the same team. One dynamic I really don't like is the fact that like this team is going to be countering itself. Because in order to counter Ultra Gohan, this is the best character in the game against Ultra Gohan. By far. There's nothing that comes close to how good this guy is against Ultra Gohan, because you just kill him via the blue card, because for whatever reason it nullifies endurance. That is the issue. His blue card nullifying endurance when his gauge becomes an attack style gauge is the issue. Because once you get into a position in this game where the only way to counter a character is like via their own team or via themselves, that's where you get into this standstill when it comes to like team building and characters. And this is the same issue we saw last year with Goku and Frieza. Goku and Frieza, the Frieza side of Goku and Frieza was like basically the only character in the entire game besides like Majin Vegeta, or who was never ran. The only character in the entire game who had uncancelable cover change nullification. The reason why that mattered is because what that did is it did not allow the opponent's Goku and Frieza to counter Rising Rush. So the only counter to Goku and Frieza's unique age last year was Goku and Frieza. And so what that means is everybody just use Goku and Frieza. So I think as we get deeper into part 2, before part 3 drops, like I think this PvP season, we will only, like when we get into like the god ranks of this, and we kind of did start to see this last season even, and I would argue this is a good meta. This is the only problem I really have with this meta, you really are only going to start to see these characters, like these two Gohans here. And again, I think the best team in the game is probably these three up here.
I think it was a good meta until Ultimate Gohan dropped. He kind of messed it up. Because now every game I'm seeing is just Ultimate Gohan and Ultra Gohan. And whoever you have. It's whoever you have. You just fill in the pieces where you can. If you don't have Ultimate Gohan, you just add another Sun family member. If you have Ultimate Gohan, but you don't have Ultra Gohan, you add another Sun family member. It's literally, you just fill in the pieces if you don't have everything. Ultimate Gohan messed it up. He messed it up badly.
Or these two Gohans plus UI Goku. Because this is more of the blast-centric team, and then UI Goku's lock-in is really strong against both these characters. So it's going to become a thing where it's like, oh, well, the best combo, or the best counter to this team is the same exact team build. And if that's the case, why would you run any other team, right? So I don't like that dynamic at all. I think they just weren't thinking when they designed this guy. I think his design is pretty poor, honestly, and can't really deny the fact that he's not incredibly busted though. So that's why he's in Z tier. This character's ridiculous. He has some disrupt too. When he swaps in, he kills, I think, a card and lowers ki. He has a ridiculous green card getting his vanish back. He's able to spawn infinite green. His blue card is like just a 2 times better version of like Blue 17's blue card, that was already a really good blue card. Yeah, overall just a ridiculously busted character. I think all 3 of these characters in Z tier are ridiculous. They all bring something different to the table, and they all bring something that no matter what team you're using, you have to be aware of what all 3 of these characters are doing at all times. Like these are the true, I think, meta-defining characters right now, which is why I'm going to have them in Z tier. So this is essentially the rankings as I see it right now. We have Z, S, A, B, and C tier. You can interchange any of the positions within each tier. It doesn't really matter. You could put you here, you could put you here, you could do this, you could do this. Doesn't matter. I think that's essentially the point of why I made this a tier list as opposed to just a ranking video. So we'll see how the Part 3 Ultra changes things. I think I actually completely expect the same thing to happen that happened during Legends Fest. The meta was in a pretty good spot during Legends Fest until Ultra UI came out, and then the entire meta became awful. I think the same thing is going to happen this anniversary. I hope it doesn't.
It's already happened.
But I think it will, because that's what Ultras do in this game. So let me know down below if you agree or disagree with any of the placements.
All right, cool. So let me just do what I think was the best way to swap things. These 3 can stay at the bottom. Bring Nappa and Vegeta down. I already explained why earlier in the video. Then in here we have B, Super 17, and God Goku. Add Beast, so he's going to be the 3rd now. So there's 4 down here, and there's 3 up here. Then if we go to A tier, bring Kid Buu down. So now there's 4 down here, 4 down here, and these 2 here. Now we go up to S tier, and I think Gogeta should be moving up 1. So the only person in this tier will be Super Baby 2. So then there'll be 4 in this tier, because Gogeta Blue has reasons to be used over UI. For example, the fact that his blue card goes through this guy, the blast nullification, it's actually the one factor that would help him, but he didn't see it. And the vanish removal is also good as well. Heals a lot as well. Also gets a lot of vanish. I said vanish removal, vanish gain from the main ability. So yeah, this would have 4. This has 1. This has 4. This has 4, and then the Z tier can stay the same. I think that's completely fine. He shouldn't have stuck with the 3 for each. You know. He should have just stuck with the, like, you fill it in accordingly. I think the fact that he kept it pretty in blocks like this makes it so strict, especially with the addition that he said everything is interchangeable. Because if we're doing it by that metric, that means if you put Gogeta behind Kid Buu and Super Baby 2, he would be fine with it. In the same way that UI Goku can be above these 2, he would be fine with it. And that is a stretch. I can't see that. Of course, it's not a pure top 10, but still, if you compare the gap, and he did title it and thumbnail it top 10. I don't know if he titled it top 10. Let me actually check before I get to yapping. Okay, he didn't title it that way, but the thumbnail does definitely say top 10. You know, it's quite wild, but the tier system in general is good. I think he just kept it too organized, which kind of might have hindered how the tiers could have been very much separated to show like, all right, cool, this is here, this is here, this is here. But yeah, this isn't bad. Like, I don't think it's terrible, but the Kid Buu placement is the one that throws me off the most. The rest is just kind of nitpicky. And maybe the lack of Beast Gohan, because he didn't even like consider how he synergizes so well with Ultimate Gohan. A lot of people are running him, especially those guys that have Beast Gohan at 14 stars, which Goresh also has. That's going to be the end of the video, man. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. I enjoyed watching the video. It's entertaining. In the stream, we don't always have things to do, but looking at the tier list is much easier to critique things than when you're making it yourself from scratch. Obviously, I make my own tier list, and I think my tier list was okay, but looking at this tier list, I might actually see things that are like, ooh, that might be something I might want to consider, or he does something that I very much dislike and then move according to that. It's definitely how a lot of you guys think or do things when you see my tier list. And when you're making one from scratch, it's definitely much harder to do so. So maybe if I look back on my tier list right after I make it, I might be able to make some movements that are a lot more accurate. Because some things are nitpicky, but at the same time, there's some things that you might say that are very like one-dimensional, even if you think you're being as open-minded as possible. I think I'll try to do that in the future. But I'm not making changes just because I just seen this tier list. It just makes you think more, you know, when you see someone else's perspective. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. If you haven't already, make sure to press that subscribe button. We're on this grind to 100,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys for watching, man. My name's Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man. What did you guys think, man? What did you guys think? I'm not leaving a comment. Well, maybe I should. Should I leave a comment? Or nah? Okay, this is what I'm going to write. If all tiers are interchangeable, using GB at the end of the tier and UI at the top of his tier, and that would imply, so what would it be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. UI is 4 places ahead of UGB, which I think if you ordered it, you'd agree is not true. Just some insight for future reference. What's it called? Blast? nullification, blast, break from Gohan. Ironically, on his blue cards every time, which literally solves your problem. React to this on screen. Good video. How does that sound? I wrote a lot. Damn. If I was making a tier list, I'd like... And I run that up. Now, oh shit, I can't like my own comment. I forgot. Hey, run that up, run that up, run that up. In my opinion. I had to edit that. If you write more than 2 lines in any YouTube comment, they're gonna say you're yapping anyways. We're done anyways. We're done anyways. Yeah, we're done. We're done. We need something to do for tomorrow. We need something to do for tomorrow. Should I make my tier list now? Should I update my tier list? I'm not doing Kakarot tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh, my PC moving. Oh, never mind. Having CMZ above these two is not ridiculous with the fact that I've been using him recently. But I think the team options put these guys ahead, which is why I had it like this. So I'm fine with this. Looking back at it, this is what I had before. And then this, I adjusted accordingly. I think this tier list is great. 5, 6, 7. Boo was like a debatable. I was thinking about him. This isn't why I uploaded this. I'll adjust this tomorrow. We'll do this tomorrow. I'll create my tier list tomorrow, and I'm gonna try upload the reaction tomorrow. Oh yeah, small factor before I leave, yeah. people were saying this was clickbait, yeah, but it literally says edit in the title. Then people were saying it cut off. Like, that's YouTube's fault. You got YouTube hold you. You want me to put edit. You want me to put a crap title? Like, that's not my fault. That's not my fault. I didn't clickbait no one. That is not my fault. Like, come on, dog. Anyways, yeah, good stream. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll do a tier list tomorrow. So come through. It'll be the last meta tier list until the Ultra comes out, pretty much. I don't think the game will shift that much. So yeah. Hope you guys had a good stream. Rate the stream out of 10. Let's look at the poll as well. 1,100 votes. How many Ultras are we getting? 64% of people said 1. UUI and Gogeta are better than Golden Freezer. I will not be speaking. You was only here for an hour, but that's cool, bro. That's cool, bro. Also, I'm gonna upload the vlog, yeah, of me playing football. I'm gonna try to get it done. It won't take long because I already cut it up. I just need to do a speaking segment at the start. Yeah. You guys have a good night, man. Take care.